I want to take this moment to thank ESL India.
We're going to wreck them.
With dashed up twice, doesn't have the lead, is just getting controlled by the nether bashes one after the other, but snacks his back with the back in the wall with ice path on top of it.
Real quick with the 3v2, all of a sudden an ace star, an ace going huge. One man remaining, Caribot finds ace, so now it's a 1v1. Ace Kelly reading it fine, does a lot of damage. Is he going to get the kill? Caribot, no! He lands the headshot.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your cosmic champions for ESL India Premiership.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Personalize the way you see everything. And then conquer. Exclusive black equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Welcome everybody. It's 6:30 p.m. IST, which means it is your time of the day to check out all the best matches from the ongoing fall season of the ESL India Premiership 2017. And this has been brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Zawi by BenQ. Now, also this has been organized by Norton Gaming. And for those people who keep wondering, Kone Aadmi, who is this guy? Well, I'm your host of the ESL India Premiership. And also today we have some really interesting sets of matches lined up for you guys. So without waiting anymore, let's quickly take a look at the best of our Clash Royales, which is just in the offing around the corner here. We have Jimit Bhatt and Reuben having a showdown against each other today. So let's quickly take a look at both these players. Now, Jimit Bhatt hails from Mumbai. He started his journey in ESL India Premiership 2017 from the Clash Royale Challenger League, and he was quickly promoted to the higher league given his stellar performances. Now, he finished first in the June session, but was not able to convert his online presence at the summer season LAN finale. He was defeated in the first round by fellow Mumbaiker Reuben. The player currently sits in the 5th spot in the July Clash Royale Master League. Now, Reuben, his opposition here from Mumbai, again, has been playing the game since its launch. Now, he began his journey in ESL India Premiership 2017, quickly climbed ranks thanks to his stellar performances, and entered the Master League. The player managed to register podium finishes in the May and June session of summer season. Now, he attended the summer season finale in Mumbai, but unfortunately only managed to register a 3rd, 4th place finish. So, will Reuben be able to defeat Jimit Bhatt, or will Jimit Bhatt have the better of Reuben? Well, we'll get to know more about this as and when the game transpires. So let's hold on to our seats, because this is going to be one great clash.
falling on the ground. Long day, but we won't back down. One thing playing on our minds. Long wait, but we won't give up now. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. We are the champions of the night. We are the champions of the night. Yeah. We are the fighting tide, the ones that burn so bright. We are the champions of the night. Champions of the night. Can't tell if we're dreaming now. We watch as the fire falls down. One thing playing on our minds. Time stops and we don't make a sound. You crave the love I gave, and we'll do it again. A cold night getting warmer now. The ground shakes as our love gets loud. I'm ready to love. We're the champions of the night. I'm ready to champions of the night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another exciting day of Clash Royale, and with me today is a very special guest who has come back to casting after quite some time. Actually, he's been casting a couple of games with Manoj Gola. This is Rishabh Bagardbilla. So we already have game underway. This is Jimit versus Reuben. Both the players are actually fairly strong players, and they've played really well so far in Premiership, and off to a great start. I have not seen Giant coming around the block lately, so it's nice to see the Giant.
Lately it's become part of the meta. I myself have been using a Giant with the Night Witch deck. It's quite OP these days. It's part of the meta now.
Sadly, because of my heavy workload, I have not installed the game on my new phone because it absolutely destroys my battery and my life also. But thanks to these guys, I'm able to keep up to date with the game right now. So Elixir Collector already being countered by the Fireball. They'll still be able to get 2 or maybe 3 Elixirs out of that.
Any amount of Elixir which shifts the game into, it's a Elixir heavy game. Whoever has better control of Elixir has more control of the game. So even if you have even 2 Elixir more than your opponent, you can shift the tide.
Yeah, but let's not forget the money that goes into dropping that 6 Elixir Collector down. So and only being able to get 3 out of that. Remember, he's not even gotten the 6 back. He only got 3 out of that. And so it's a debatable topic that me and you can discuss on. But let's look at the game right now. And who do you think is going to win? What are the win conditions here right now? How do you see it?
It seems like Reuben has control of this game because he really doesn't have any. Jimit doesn't have some aerial support, so he doesn't really have decks to counter you can say aerial attacks. He might have the poison spell which he can use to control the ice spirit and which is bats.
Yep.
But that's pretty much it.
Now the poison working really well in the favor of Jimit here. He's able to stop that push right in his dead in its tracks right now. Thanks to the poison and the witch combo. He also put the ice golem down to distract the night witch, the dark witch, sorry, on the other side. But here comes another push, it's a rinse and repeat cycle. This time, however, there's a slight change. The miner is chipping off from the back. There has been an ice spirit that's been put down to stop the miner. Was able to stop the miner, but look at the damage. There's a lot of damage has been taken by that tower now. And now the poison hog push is being used aggressively. But I think Jimit is already in a lot of trouble, loses his tower. But we're going to go into overtime. How do you see this panning out right now?
So I believe that Reuben is the king of overtime from his matches at Masters. This guy, this game against Acted at the Masters and finale. Both two games we saw, both went into overtime and these guys were completely added to 3 minutes of action. And I believe that he's the king of overtime and he might be able to push the line.
And here comes the miner combo again. Miner going to town on the tower, and guess what? No aggro coming on the miner. Miner's getting free hits. Finally, some of those goblins come and attack him, but the tower has still taken a lot of damage. And what's the counter attack here, which will come out of Jimit to equalize the game? Here is another try. This time, very aggressive. Hog being put down. Hog able to get a few more hits on the tower. This is game over right now. What's gonna happen? Yes.
That was
quite an exciting game.
Yeah.
Jimit making the right decision. Yeah. Look at the decision that's made in that time of despair. He decides to go on aggression, and he forgets about. He's like, forget about my tower because there's no way he's gonna stop another minor push that's gonna come out. So instead, what he does is he goes on the aggression on his own and closes the game there.
So what happened here, he realized that the giant is a slow card, and with the miner, which is the miner as well, is a very it's a fast card.
Let's move the mic closer to Rishabh. Let's hope the mic doesn't disconnect. God help me. All right, so we are back again in game number 2. Quite an exciting game by Jimit. So you need to speak a bit louder, because the clients, our consumers cannot hear us. And back into the game right now. It's 2:45, 2:44, and similar kind of push coming out of Jimit there. A hog alongside the ice golem. Ice golem sadly was not pushed as it's supposed to be. The hog actually went around him. So slight changes by Reuben. Now has the rock golem or the golem. But guess what? No defense right now. The golem is taking a lot of damage. What do you think? What do you think now? Is this is going to be quite an expensive deck right now for Reuben to push through. So and Jimit holding on to the same old deck. I'm thinking this game might go to Jimit.
I have a feeling, the same feeling, because Reuben already has a rocket in his deck, and Jimit has a has an elixir, but Reuben has a 8-card golem as well as a 5-card witch, and along with a 6 elixir rocket.
Yeah.
So and he doesn't have an elixir collector to support him. So this game will likely be going to in Jimit's favor.
Let's see. I think if Jimit can do a lot of damage before the double elixir time kicks in, he can secure the game.
So, but if you see here, he has a double elixir to support him as well as some very low, elixir cards. So he can rotate his deck faster and can put a lot of pressure onto Reuben.
Yeah. Now smartly putting his elixir collector next to his kick tower. But I'm sure Reuben knows how to throw a proper rocket, and he'll be able to avoid that damage. So here we go. The games of Throne have started. The big push is coming out now, which is going to be the unit that's going to be replaced. So Poison coming out to try to take care of this problem here. But the golem actually connects to the tower. However, the DPS of the golem is not that strong, but still doing a lot of damage, bringing it down to almost 450 health. A counter attack by Jimit there, with the poison also right behind it. This tower is going to go down. So Jimit off to a strong start here, but the double elixir has started already 30 seconds ago. We're going to have to see if Jimit can hold this lead right now. And that is going to be the big game right now that we need to have a look at. But Jimit with a strong counter attack over and over again, keeping Reuben in on his own pace, not able to make it. Rocket, will that be able to take it out? Yes, it is. Enough damage by the rocket there. And now we're going into overtime. Overtime plus double elixir. What do you think? Who has this game right now?
It's gonna be a tough call. Both of these guys are using standard decks, meta decks. You saw like Jimit grid spamming and completely pushing. So like Bandit is a good card to counter grid spam.
Yeah.
Reuben has it, and but Reuben's tower is at 736 right now, so that's a cause for concern. But yeah, it's a tough call.
I think he lost that Dark Witch rather quickly. He's under a lot of trouble here, and I think his tower is going to take a lot of damage. It's going to go down. Sadly, he misplayed there, or the Bandit, MVP Bandit, actually taking out the Dark Witch almost instantly, and completely nullified the push there. And if you remember seeing that the counter push that he had put initially did not do anything. The Hog Rider did not even connect to the tower. Yeah. Using that to his advantage, building up a big push, Reuben was actually able to cross the river with a huge push, and he had a second Dark which dropped down. So a crazy strong push coming in favor of Reuben, closing that game. Yeah, and
it was actually quite surprising by the way.
Yeah, we're just gonna look at the NDA feed here, and the next game has started and it's 1-1. They've equalized the score. Quite exciting game, I would have to say. This has been quite an exciting game actually compared to all the other games I have had the pleasure of casting so far. So here we go. Game 3, Jimit Reuben equalized 1-1. Jimit still sticking to the same deck. Reuben making some changes, has introduced quite a few cards inside. Yes, a defensive P.E.K.K.A does great job at holding on these pushes, and also can act as an offensive unit the moment he has cleared out all the little problems. And now it's Jimit's job to hold on to this push, and let's see what he can do. And the Bandit is being the MVP here because he completely ignores the flying unit and goes for the Dark Witch. Finally.
The push, however, gets stopped in his track. The P.E.K.K.A is not able to hold his position. So had the P.E.K.K.A reached, it would have been...
Well, making the P.E.K.K.A reach his ability is one of the most difficult things you can do. Dark Witch Ram combo most likely coming out. Yes, it does. and even the Ice Wizard actually, sorry, Ice Spirit connects, and that push is stopped there. Yes. He answers with his own elixir collector at the moment. He's not put on a Hog Rider in some time, so most of you are gonna get to see that Hog Rider and Poison. Is he gonna wait to collect 8 elixir and then he's gonna drop the combo? And but Reuben has an Electro Wizard to stop that Hog Rider. But Hog Rider should be able to get few hits in. And remember, the Poison is gonna bring down the Electro Wizard also. But still holding on to that card, waiting for the right opportunity. Jimit, I think, making the right decision right now. He's gonna bait out those cards. Reuben, I think, is gonna hold on to his P.E.K.K.A. as long as he can. And there you go. P.E.K.K.A. comes out the moment he sees the Hog Rider. And P.E.K.K.A. actually 3 hits the Hog Rider, but Hog Rider was able to 2 hit the tower. Now the thing is, again, it's Jimit's job to hold this big push now. Guess what? Even I think that was a great move. He put the right cards at the right time, bringing everything down, and Ice Spirit squeezing everyone together. This push has been stopped. And look at the elixir collectors. He has 3 of them on the field now.
Does Reuben have a
3 elixir collectors and double elixir time at the same time? This is gonna be crazy. A lot of units are gonna come out. It's Jimit's game to lose at the moment, and Reuben has to make the best out of this P.E.K.K.A. now and figure out how he can make that P.E.K.K.A. reach on the other side, because he doesn't have a lot of cards that do a lot of damage. Because the Ram is not going through, the P.E.K.K.A. is not going through, and he's struggling hardcore there. Maybe he'll drop another fireball. P.E.K.K.A. will come out on the right hand side most probably. Yes, it comes down the moment he sees the Hog Rider. The P.E.K.K.A. comes down. What are your thoughts on this game right now? What are you thinking? I'm thinking about getting this game over with right now, because is he letting that? Okay, no, the P.E.K.K.A. is not gonna connect. But he still puts down the Ice Spirit, and that P.E.K.K.A. just goes down. Still struggling hard. We have a lot of time on our hands right now, and I think Jimit is just gonna keep slowly chipping at that tower. Yes, he does, and the Hog Rider will make it across and takes a hit. Another chip of that tower coming down to 306 health, and Jimit is just gonna keep rinsing and repeating the same process over and over again.
But I think like Jimit already has the deck cards in his favor to take down that tower. He has a poison. He has a log as well. So 300 things won't be a tough thing to beat.
Quite interesting fact here that he was able to take down the Hog Rider in 2 hits. I guess it also depends on if the towers also taking off. But Jimit, slowly but surely, able to chip off that tower. It took him 4 minutes to do so, but closes the game. And Reuben sadly couldn't do anything. Reuben just couldn't amass the offense there. And that's the problem that I feel with the P.E.K.K.A. But that was supposed to be one of the strengths, according to Manoj Gola, was the fact that you use the P.E.K.K.A. defensively, and it kind of sits in your base, defending your base, and then you counter attack with the second push alongside and close the game basically. But sadly, nothing happened like that. So I don't know. Maybe Gola was mistaken, or maybe I am mistaken. And here we are in game 4. Jimit on a lead. 2-1. Now it's Reuben's game to lose, man. Reuben has to figure something out. Reuben again making changes to it.
Both of them have made changes. Jimit has come up with a Night Witch Executioner combo along with the Tornado. He's had a Graveyard as well. So we see 4 new cards in his deck.
Now the question is, does Reuben have a strong counter to the Graveyard?
The Log...
Log and Goblins?
Yeah.
The Goblins, right?
He also has a Graveyard with him and Electro Wizard, so could be quite even. Is Reuben using the Hog Rider as well?
Well, we'll have to wait and see what Reuben has in store. And finally, it comes out. The Graveyard has been shown. Reuben knows what is coming to his side, but look at his tower completely surrounded and still end up taking a lot of damage here. He's taken 600 damage. And all he has to do is to hold on to that skeleton long enough. There's no way that skeleton, what's it called? Armor skeleton?
The giant skeleton.
The giant skeleton. There's no way giant skeleton is going to make it across the map. There's no way Jimit is going to let it walk across the map, and it's so easily distracted. And the DPS is slow enough that you can hold him with any random unit. And Knight works perfectly against that. What Reuben tried to do was distract the tower with the giant skeleton. At the same time, he put down the graveyard, but sadly didn't work out because the Dark Witch actually came out. The Night Witch. Night Witch?
Night Witch.
Yeah, sorry. So, here we go. More cards being revealed. Tornado finally comes out. And again, it seems to be the same case. Jimit is able to chip away Reuben's tower, but Reuben in return is not able to have, he doesn't have any answer to this. What's it gonna be? It seems like it's the same thing happening in the last game. Now a poison graveyard being dropped down here.
A very good counter to the Night Witch.
Yes.
He isn't able to spawn any cards.
And good damage being dropped on that tower, but the same thing actually put across the other side. And Night Witch is there also, but he actually has to drop down an Electro Wizard also to stop this from happening. Still taking a lot of damage. Jim is still in the lead. And 30 seconds left. What are Jimit's options now? No, I mean Reuben's option now, because it just seems like he's going to keep chipping away. Again does the same thing. And those skeletons are going down on this tower, and the tower has come down to 160 health.
If I was in Reuben's place, I'd be using the same thing that we were talking about, using the giant skeleton to tank and making sure that it reaches the tower, and while you have the graveyard to support, get chipping that tower like that.
Actually, Reuben was able to take, but this is game over, guys. This is game over. Just shut down the screen. This is game over. The poison slowly chipped away, and Jimit Bhatt, as Vagish likes to call him, because Vagish likes to repeat everyone saying Reuben Dukunia. Jimit Bhatt.
Which is funny, everyone in Clash Royale has names like this.
Yeah, because everyone, like no one has their own like a nickname. They use their first name as their gaming name. So Mrinmoy, Mrin Lakar, Hasib.
Mehudi is different.
Mehudi is the only one
that's his name. No, Devil's Twin as
Ah,
well.
Devil's Twin is there. So accurate, of course. But here is our leader standing here. You know what? It feels nice to see Mrin on top. Not that I'm biased or anything, but
old memories.
Yes, it's old memories coming down. Mrin destroying the competition. He has lost one game. And keep in mind that Mehudi, Reuben have not played as much matches also, and Hasib and Jimit have actually played the most amount of matches. But look at the 8th position. Accurate, absolutely struggling at this league. And guys, remember, he came second in our LAN event. And he actually was invited from the Challenger League because of PP dropped out. Yeah. This is horrible start for Accurate. He's definitely going into relegation with this performance. There's no way he's going to be saved from relegation matches. I feel bad for Accurate. Do you think the money has gotten to him? Do you think 30,000 was too much?
I think like he has other things on his hand right now and might not be able to concentrate more on this.
Clearly, it's the money. There's too much money has been given to him for winning the LAN event. Accurate, it's getting too much to your head, man. You need to stop thinking about the money and think about the game. Think about the future of your Clash Royale life. But
I talked to him personally, and he was very supportive of the scene, and being the the elderly person, or being what you call
he's not that old,
experience, but
yes.
Like he has the experience to talk to these guys. He's a Dota 2 professional player, ex-professional, so he can probably have this discussion with the members or the other part of the competition and tell them how to grow up as a scene like that.
Yes, I completely agree with you. However, this ends the day for us because we are completely out of time. Actually, we have 1 minute left. So we would like to thank our sponsors, Omen by HP, Zoe by BenQ, HyperX, and the whole process is organized by
Nodwin Gaming,
which is us. These are the words of Manoj Supercola. And this was Jimit Bhatt versus Reuben Teklonia, and Jimit Bhatt closing the game at 3-1. That was quite an exciting game. Sadly, Reuben couldn't close it after the first awesome game that he showed us. And that's it from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have some we have some Counter-Strike and Dota 2 action coming up. So stay tuned, and we're signing out. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Well, it certainly is Jimit, but they here because the day 11 of the best of 5 Clash Royale between him and Reuben has gone in his favor. 3-1 the final scoreline. Well done, Jimit. Well done indeed. And for everybody joining us late, very bad. You should join us at 6:30. You know the time. Okay, I'm not going to chide you guys. I'm not a teacher. But let me take this opportunity to welcome you either on the Facebook page of ESL India Premiership or the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India, wherever you're watching us live. This is the day 11 of the ESL India Premiership 2017 fall season, exclusively brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, Savi by PenQ, and organized by Nordwind Gaming. Now, heading forward, we have a CSGO match in the offing. We have some great names trying to battle it out. So let's quickly take a look at both the oppositions here. Now we have a CSGO match between JMD Gaming and Scorchers here. Now a lot of us would remember Scorchers as the team which could not suffice any other round more than one round win against Risky Gaming. Now of the many teams opting for a name change in the transfer window period, Team Wolf was one of them. Now they are now known as Team Scorchers. They've got Ritesh Shah, who's now turned, apparently according to sources, into a coach because he's taken a sabbatical from active playing duties. And along with the name change, they also have had a roster change because they've got former Semperex players Krish Salecha and Mithil Sawant to join the team. Now they've been enjoying a mixed campaign, and out of the 5 games they have played, they have won only 2. Now their opposition, JMD Gaming from Kolkata, they're one of the most hard-working teams in the scene, and this time around the team is led by Kashif Ahmed Kashif. Now in the summer season, they made their way to the Master League through sheer grit and determination. But despite poor performances and going up against established teams, JMD still managed to retain their Master League spot. Now they attended the summer season finale but failed to make a significant impact at the event. Now as far as the July fall season is concerned, the team is experiencing a terrible run since they have managed to register only 1 win in the 6 matches they have played until now. Unfortunately, the Kolkata team plays its last match of the July session today. A win here will give them a sliver of hope in retaining their Master League spot. Will JMD Gaming, that's the question here, ladies and gents, will JMD Gaming have a change of game and a change of day and manage to get a win against Scorchers, or will Scorchers prevail and take out the anger of the Risky Gaming match against JMD Gaming? We don't know. How will we get to know is when we sit down with a bunch of popcorns there, with a bag of popcorn there in a hand, and watch this game as it goes on live. So let's go on to CSGO.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another exciting evening of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Today's matchup between JMD Gaming and Team Scorchers, erstwhile Team Wolf. Now, both these teams have been coming off of losses in the recent past. Scorchers being obliterated off the map by Risky, just very, very recently. I think it was played today at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon on D Sports. They lost 16-1, and JMD Gaming recently lost, not in this tournament, admittedly, but in the other one, the ASUS ROG qualifiers, to Eternal Esports, erstwhile D2D. So both teams having a lot to prove, and we're going to go live with the pistol round. Scorchers having come out on top in the knife round, and they have opted to go for the T side on Cobblestone, obviously the more favored side, possibly one of the most T-sided maps in the game in the current meta, and obviously not just the current meta, for all time's sake. Cobblestone has been a very T-sided map. Only a few teams managed to put up a decent CT side on this map. I think off the top of my head, it is Gambit. During their time as the most dominant side on this map, they were always the more dominant CT side, which allowed them a lot more wiggle room when they played their T side, in my opinion. So yeah, and we can all admit that neither of these teams are anywhere near the level of Gambit or any tier 1 team for that matter. But all in all, we should have a cracking game of Counter-Strike. Both these teams have a lot to prove. So we should be expecting some fireworks to go off very, very soon. Alrighty, pistol round to go live. So far, we have Mithil and DNM, Dr. Saab himself. Now, it was Afro Ninja who was playing in his stead. So yeah, okay, so we're going to go live with the pistol round, and it's going to be Hellfighter with the kit, everyone else with the armor USP. Over on the team Scorchers, we have 2 smokes, 1 on Mithil, 1 on DNM, and 2 flashbangs and a Molotov, and 3 sets of armor. Alrighty then, let's get going. Alrighty, Manan already picking up the first kill. Proud losing his head very early on into the round. That's going to put the CDs on the back foot, and we can see here Cash FFF, wow. Okay, Cash FFF, wow. Headshot to start things off. It's a 4v4. Cash still playing the stairs. Gets a second headshot. Can he get the third? No. Krish there to put him out of his misery, but the flank is in earnest here. Deathmaker and Lucky bombarding their way up B long. They have been spotted out, and we still have Hellfighter here over towards Rock, making a nuisance of himself, and now all was left onto Krish's shoulders, and he will fall. That pincer perfectly played. I think JMD Gaming, that quick flank coming out from mid was timed to perfection. They were able to pincer the T's as they made their way into the bomb site, and they weren't even allowed to leave the stairs area. Very well played there by JMD Gaming, and they put the first round on the board. On the CT side, that too, that is going to be crucial because that allows them to go for a fast start and put 3 rounds on the board off the bat. And I like this from Scorchers. They're not going in for the force buy, although DNM curiously has... Okay, he has forced up. He's going to go with the armor. Okay, now they're forcing up. That was a very late buy coming in from Scorchers. I don't think Manan and Mithil have bought into this round. We might be going in for a restart. Yeah. Round restart is being called. I think there might be some technical issue, which is why the delay in the buy from Scorchers. They were trying to figure out what kind of buy to go in with. Anywho, it's 1-0 on the board, and so far, so if you were watching the majors, Blair was constantly tweeting about the changing meta regarding the force buys, and it was mentioned a couple of times on stream by people like Semler and even Moses. They brought it up on the desk. The fact that a lot of teams, a lot of pro teams or tier 1 teams are moving away from the force buy meta after losing the pistol, because they want to go into their first gun round with all the utility, all the nades, obviously the rifles and the armor as well, to complement their armor rifle buy up. So although that still hasn't really trickled into the Indian scene, but we were seeing teams like Team Wolf actually employ that over and over again, and it was yielding them good results, at least on the CT side. They really don't force up much if they lose the pistol round. Maybe upgraded pistols here and there, but nothing. No armor, no nades, no utility. Although I will say, from what I saw, Gambit was a team that loved to force buy and keep the economy in check and keep the economy honest for their opponents. Especially, they did that to great effect in the finals against Immortals in the final 2 maps. Cobblestone was kind of a blowout in that game. Although it is very situational, especially if you consider the Inferno game where they had such an insane lead that actually allowed them to take more risks. All right, it looks like it's going to be a fast play towards the B bomb site. There's no presence from the T's over towards the A bomb site, and I think we might see yet another quick flank coming in from JMD Gaming. If at least, I guess, if they get the read. And Proud is gonna go and try and make the info play. He's completely blind at the moment, does spot out. Krish gets one, Proud gets two, pulls out the pistol, runs out of bullets on the UMP. And oh, Deathmaker, nice dink there onto Mithil, but he's the lone survivor left, and Deathmaker will clean it out with the FAMAS. Obviously, the rifle at range, they're going to be the more favored weapon, and that's exactly what comes out on top. All right, 2 rounds on the board for JMD Gaming. Par for the course, and I think Lucky this round will want to farm up as much cash as possible with that MP9 of his. I mean, it is the ideal round. You're going up against unarmored opponents with nothing but Glocks. Okay, 1 P250 out onto Manan. That's about as much of a danger as you can face. So just YOLO it out and, you know, maybe try and land a sweet multi-kill. Alrighty. The T's much more spread out this time. And I don't want to give too much. Oh, Proud landing a nice shot through the smoke, taking the face off of Manan, but Krish there replying again through the smoke, gets dinked down, but doesn't matter, gets the kill in return, and that's a rifle taken out of the hands of JMD Gaming. That's a huge kill, a lot of investment being taken away, and in the meantime, we see the T's making slowly their way up A long. They've taken a lot of map control from JMD Gaming, but you know, it is cobblestone. Map control for the CTs on this map is very hard to come by. Oh, and Mithil gets spotted out, and somehow Mithil lands a shot onto Proud, even with the aim punch, even though he had no armor, he lands his shot. Mithil, one of the legendary aimers in the Indian Counter-Strike scene. That brings it down to a 4v3. This round looks more doable. And Krish having recovered the M4 as well. And I think they're just going to run distraction over towards the B bomb site while the bomb actually makes its way over towards the A bomb site. And that's exactly what's happening. Look at that. The players have peeled off the A bomb site. It's a completely empty bomb site. And the bomb will easily make its way and get planted. And there we go. Finally, Mithil does go down. But Krish is selling this fake to perfection. Finally, he does go down. But now it's a 2v2 retake situation. Although, yes, the weaponry situation on Scorchers is anything but ideal. But at least they do get the bomb down. And still possible, highly unlikely, but still possible. And there we go. DNM falls. That's now it's all down to Monster. Just with a P250 no armor, it, for all intents and purposes, this should be GMD's round. But Scorchers have made it an expensive affair, no doubt. And Cash is gonna smoke himself off. Draw Monster out. Will Monster? Oh, Monster! What are you doing? Well, Monster just made that extremely interesting, and Lucky's gonna stick to defuse. The knife comes out, the stabby, and Scorchers win the round. What am I even watching right now? Monster with an absolutely monster play. That final knife just to add insult to injury, and Scorchers pulling out a round that they had absolutely no business winning whatsoever. No armor, nothing invested, just a $200 pistol bought up on DNM. And somehow they win the round. And I'll have to say, so while Monster did land the 2 telling kills at the end of the round, that round came down to Krish. He got the opening pick in drop and then followed up with an excellent hold of the B bomb site, just allowing his teammates to get into the A bomb site and sell the fake completely. And now it's an eco for, well, JMD Gaming. Oh, taking a ton of damage there. Hellfighter and Deathmaker both down to their last, which is the last vestiges of their health. And Mithil making a meal of this fight. I mean, come on, kill them. In the meantime, Hellfighter is jumping like a bat out of hell out of smoke to get the bomb planter. Oh, DNM on the switch, but he will make no mistakes going forward. They do lose 2 people, but that's okay. The money on JMD is good enough to go in for a buy. I mean, with $7,200 on cash, they should be going in for a buy regardless. And Scorchers, well, they just won 2 rounds in a row. They'll have a full buy, although their money not looking that great. Manan and DNM will be able to buy into the next round should they lose this round. Mithil will have to go settle for either a UMP armor buy up or a Galil with limited utility. Either way, they'll be looking at a force buy should they lose this round, and Hellfighter opening things up magnificently. 2 quick kills right off the bat, and that is gonna put a stopper on things for Hellfighter. Somebody whacked him already. Already picked up a 3K. 3 fantastic kills to just stop this onslaught from Team Scorchers dead in its tracks. And that nade's going to go sailing in and do a chunk of damage onto both Monster and Krish. JMD Gaming not making any mistakes. They need to keep as many players alive as possible. They cannot afford to lose too much in terms of armaments. And I really like where Hellfighter's playing from this advanced position. They might not be expecting it, and Deathmaker playing the bait role perfectly there, but Krish does expect someone playing there and gets a quick 2k. That's 2 rifles, too many lost for JMD Gaming this round, and Krish is looking to do even more damage. He's hungry, he's feeling it, and he's out on the hunt. Still has 50 seconds to work with, plenty of time left on the clock. We have seen stranger things. We have seen clutches of epic proportions come out from each of these players on the server right now. So, count no one out, ladies and gentlemen. That's the motto of the story. But Lucky... Oh, Lucky! Nice pixel shot there onto Krish. Comes out like a guillotine and slices Krish's head clean off his shoulders. And like I said, the money situation on Scorchers still a bit precarious, even though they've stringed 2 rounds in a row, because the first round they won was on a complete eco. So yeah, force buy is on the cards, and that is exactly what we're going to see. 2 UMPs, 2 AK-47s, and Monster on the fabled and the dreaded Armor Tech 9x. Ooh, Cash thinking about taking that aggressive peek up mid with the AWP, but getting completely blinded, and now repositions himself to live to fight another day. In the meantime, a lot more passive setup over towards B long. We've seen Hellfighter take the fight to Scorchers over towards B long in the previous round, but this time changing things up. I like this dynamism. That is the motto on the CT side on any map, especially Cobblestone. You don't want to be predictable. You don't want the opponents to know exactly what you're doing. Always keep them guessing so that they have to spend that extra time, that extra amount of utility just to clear out those corners. And, you know, that's what you want. When you yourself are on a limited utility buy-up, you do not want to give the advantage up too early to your opponents by being too predictable. And Proud going to be pushing up, utilizing that smoke to perfection. But I think Monster is onto this. He might just pre-fire through the smoke, just watching that smoke like a hawk. Not pushing, not doing anything at the moment. Scorchers, they've been smoked off. They're kind of trapped. And Proud falling back, realizing that the smoke was his only friend. With the UMP at that range, he was in a world of hurt. And they've already made their way down. Drop Deathmaker and Hellfighter playing it passively. Deathmaker, oh, gets spotted out by Mythil. Dead stinked, and Mythil does get the telling kill in the end. Mythil puts the man advantage in the favor of Team Scorchers, but he's taken a ton of damage. He's down to 6 points of health. 1 breeze in his general direction, and he is going to bite the dust in the meantime. Proud playing this very smart. Oh, does get spotted out. Can he get the bomb planted though? Spraying away, gets the kill, but does get taken down. 1-for-1 trades, not what the doctor ordered. And there we go, Hellfighter putting things back into parity. And we already have Mythil on his last vestiges of health. And oh, Hellfighter just overstaying his welcome there, and everybody falls down. But JMD Gaming win the round because timing. Okay then, even I got too carried away and didn't see the clock. So I'm definitely sure that Scorchers were also a bit too hungry for the frags and did not pay heed to the round clock, and they paid for it. JMD Gaming put 4 on the board. Cobblestone CD side looking not too shabby for JMD Gaming as of right now. Alright, yet another force buy from Team Wolf. Now, this is a team whose economic management I have praised to the high heavens in the past, and this time it looks like they're playing it a bit too cavalier with their money. A lot of force buy coming in, lot of force buys coming in. And oh, Manan gets the opening kill. Again, the opening kill going the way of Scorchers. Oh, Hellfighter completely whiffs that spray. That should have gone. That should have been an easy kill for JMD Gaming. And Hellfighter taking a ton of damage in that altercation as well. Okay, then Krish getting spotted out and again doing a ton of damage on a Lucky. Why is it that JMD Gaming make a habit of making a meal of rounds that they have no business losing? They're up against 1 AWP, 1 AK-47, and more or less a force buy from the entire opponent team. They should just be holding their guns, holding their positions, and coming out on top of these long-range encounters, and just not walking in one by one, presenting themselves to the AWP or the AK-47. Alright, Monster having made his way down Ladder spots out Hellfighter. Nice headshot to open things up. And oh, can he continue his reign of terror? The answer is no. Deathmaker with 2 quick kills. He's been the difference maker so far. Okay, then Deathmaker is playing it very smartly, just playing time, allowing for the rotation to come in. But Cash, a little too late in my opinion, does get the kill onto DNM. It's down to a 1v1. Krish with the Deagle hasn't yet had the chance to pick up a rifle. Pixel marking that spot. Oh, and the timing and the crouch peek from Cash. FF. Wow. In the meantime, Krish playing it very smart. Retreating into the recesses of B-Long. Spots the battle of the gun and one sweet Deagle shot to end the round and put back into the favor of Scorchers. Well played, Krish. That was perfectly played. That was a perfectly played post plan coming in from Krish there. Playing the plant, knows that he has no chance of landing, has a harder chance of landing the long-range Deagle shot, and he knows that, Cash has to either go for the defuse or will have to come for the hunt. Took his chances, fell back, waited for at least the bomb either to be defused or for Cash to come for the hunt, and, well, Krish came out on top, as we all saw. And that is the conundrum of the CT economy. Although JMD Gaming have won 2 rounds in a row because they've lost players consistently, they have no money and will be forced to go on an eco. And Krish opening things up with a nice op shot onto Proud. Instantly down to a 4v5 for Team Wolf. And they should just be taking this slowly. No need to rush things. They are up against just one more P250. Take that out of the equation. And then it's just a clear road ahead from that point onwards. And strangely enough, that P250 is marking one of the longest ranges in the map. That is from truck to A-long. I mean, with the P250, the main goal is to be up close and personal, not the best of guns in the long ranges. Its spread is just too unpredictable. And there we go. Lucky now is he feeling. Oh, double eco territory. Oh, even I didn't notice that. Alrighty. JMD Gaming's economy was in complete shambles. So now, Scorchers have a chance to move ahead for the first time in this game after 8 rounds having been played. They stand a chance to go 4-5 up, and it should not be something that they waste. Oh, Cash. That aim punch, I felt it in my core. Anyway, Deathmaker with the 5-7, a very, very viable weapon if you're playing Broken Wall, in my opinion. But no armor, so the aim punch is going to be real. In the meantime, the counter boost coming up. And Proud, I think, gets spotted out. Oh, just taking pot shots, and there we go. Manan takes his head clean off. And there's Manan on the follow-up as well. Nothing to do. No armor, no hope, no clue. And the CT's QQ. Cash, can he do some damage? The answer is no. He falls to the AK-47. And in the meantime, Manan spotting out Hellfighter. But Krish doing the damage, and Monster getting the final kill onto Deathmaker, and Hellfighter falls as well. Yet another perfect round. The money situation on Scorchers is looking absolutely pristine. Their economy is fairly balanced now, fairly even across the board, and with an average amount of over $5,500 on every player. Sorry, the average amount, average money being $5,500 on the team across the board. That should be enough to see them through, even if they lose this round, with a comfortable bye going into the next one. Cash again with the AWP being smoked out with nothing to see right now. Oh, the fast plays. Monster already made his way onto the site. He's going to go barreling up towards Speedway and is going to get punished instantly. No trade potential there, and that, oh, Mithil, nasty shot there. And Mithil just going absolutely ham. Deathmaker finally puts an end to his charade. Spots out DNM, decapitates him with the utmost of ease, and Deathmaker again on a 3K. Hero plays. That is what JMD have been relying on to put rounds on the board. And that's not exactly what you would call master's material. You want to be more precise. And there we go. Manan knows exactly where Cash is playing from. Has the bomb, has a minute to play with. Oh, but Cash quickly readjusting himself and getting the shot onto Manan as he crossed over to the bomb side. Cash playing that very, very well. But unfortunately, JMD Gaming lose 4 rifles there, which means they're going to go in with a very muted buy. Proud might have to go with the UMP. Hellfighter again with the UMP. Deathmaker might want to go with the FAMAS and some utility, they will be very stretched in terms of the nades in this round. JMD Gaming and Scorchers need not worry. They have enough in the kitty to go with a buy very comfortably. And that is exactly why you see the timeout being called by JMD Gaming. They need to reevaluate their situation, their economy more precisely, and need to pull out a buy that's going to be the best for the team. I mean, they can go with the rifle armor buy and give up on the utility, but that would be a huge folly, in my opinion. Proud, in any case, has to go with the UMP. Does not have enough money whatsoever, so more than likely Proud will be the player playing utility. Alrighty. So far, it's been a very back and forth game. Both teams losing rounds that, you know, they had no business losing. Scorchers, erstwhile known as Team Wolf, for those in chat wondering if they're a new team. No, they're not. They've been around for donkey's years. And what really makes me happy seeing this lineup is that both Manan and Mithil are back together, or as I like to call them, the Karan Arjun of Indian CS. Like, that's how I grew up watching Indian CS. Okay, Manan and Mithil were always on the same team, regardless of the situation, regardless of the other players around them. These two were a constant fixture. They were like the pole star in the night sky, never separating. And when I started casting, they were on different teams, and it broke my heart to see them play against each other. But finally, the stars have aligned, the planets have aligned, and as the decrepit old lady by the temple says, "Aayenge. Mere Karan Arjun aayenge." And they have come. Unfortunately, though, not really gelling right now. Mithil, a bit of, like, still not hitting the shots that everyone watching, along with myself, knows that he's capable of hitting. He is a walking, talking aimbot, my friends. Anywho, facing off against a 4C buy coming in from JMD Gaming. They have to go for this buy. They have no choice. Cash's AWP will be of utmost importance going into this round. Mithil again leading the charge. He's leading the scoreboard as well. Pre-firing certain corners through the smoke, just trying to land a few shots. He knows this map like the back of his hand, and the bomb has made its way onto the bomb site. And oh, there we go. Mithil opening things up with the kill onto Proud, and is going to be taken down by Cash. He's down to a 3v4. Krish hemorrhaging internally. 6 points of health. And look at that flank coming in from DNM. Does get 2 kills, but that's not going to be enough. Well, even before I finish that sentence, Monster and Krish just plow through the JMD Gaming players and wreck their economy once more. They've been hard reset. And that's double eco territory for them yet again. They have put 5 rounds on the board on the CT side of Cobblestone. That's something that you know, nothing to scoff at is what I'm trying to get at. 10-5 half on the T side. It's still doable on the Switch. It is a very T-sided map, but Scorchers are the more organized unit. So I will expect a better CT side from them than what I've been seeing from Scorchers thus far. Deathmaker again with the 5-7, playing Broken Wall. And Scorchers, aware of this. Oh, look at this. Lucky just tempted to push the smoke and try his luck at finding an unsuspecting player. But there's just too much experience in this lineup. Oh, Proud opening things up with the first kill. That boost finally paying dividends. The counter boost. And it's down to a 4v5. This force buy might just work out for JMD Gaming. Oh, that Molotov is going to force Hellfighter off. So drop control rested from Scorchers. So the one thing I've seen teams doing for drop is that either they'll commit a lot of bodies to drop or play it very passively. So on the T side, a team like SK will always go for drop control no matter what. They will expend a crap ton of utility just to get drop control. And it's that important an area in this map. They leave 2 players lurking, 1 to watch a mid push, 1 to watch a long push, and 3 players will, by force of sheer will, take drop control. And well, it is a B hit coming in. DNM opening things up with the kill on the Hellfighter. Cash just being patient, trying to catch someone off guard. Does manage to land a ding, but that's not going to be enough. He does get taken down. It's down to a 2v4. Lucky making his way out of B-Long. That UMP not the best gun. Proud getting his second for the round, but he is down for the count almost. 2 points of health left. What can he do? Tries to recover the AK-47, does so, and is going to put on his Air Jordans and try and book it out of there. But DNM and Krish are going to say, not today, not today. Krish is going to chase him down and put him down. And now JMD Gaming are truly in a world, but they forced into the previous round, and they will have to eco this round. I mean, here's the thing. Cobblestone is a map where you can't really do much without utility, and force buys are not the best option on the CT side, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, you should not be forcing on Cobblestone. What you should be doing rather is, you know, biting the pill and getting in with that hard eco. And ooh, look at that mid push with, well, DNM just shooting fish in a barrel. Does get 3, does get taken down by Lucky, but that kind of tells the team that there might be a stack towards A, and they are going to back off. Or maybe there's just one player left that's going to be Proud with the USP, so there's really nothing to worry about. Just rush him, play together. Even if Proud manages to get one, he isn't going to get the trade should come in. That's not even going to matter because Krish is going to come careening out of the corner and just put Proud out of his misery. A very quick round for Scorchers, and they've put 8 on the board already. JMD Gaming, because they forced that round, they don't really have the money to go in with a full buy. You see limited utility, although Deathmaker opting to go with the Molotov, Smoke, and Flashbang with the FAMAS. But everyone else pretty limited on the utility front, but at least rifles across the board. And Lucky with the kit. That kit can prove to be vital if the bomb does go down. So far, we haven't really seen that many rounds come down to the wire, to be very honest. It's either been JMD just blowing Scorchers out of the water or the other way around. And I like this position from Lucky. It is, by now it is one of the most commonly pre-fired spots, but I have seen this position be a bit overpowered because teams here don't really know how to communicate. So Lucky might just find himself a couple of frags if they do decide to push mid. It does look like they might test the water over towards the A bomb side because the 3 players making their way up long. Again, look at how uncompromised, methodical he's in clearing them out one by one. But I think he might want to use some utility. There we go. The smoke does go down, and wow. I don't know what read JMD is basing this rotation off, but there's 3 players now having made their way onto the A bomb site, and it looks like Scorchers are going to go for the A play. This can get a bit hairy. JMD not presenting anything. Scorchers really have little to no information to base their attack on, and there we go. Not checking his corners, Krish walking out casually, and like I said, Lucky does manage to land himself a couple of kills, and Proud now. Can he find the kill on a monster? Well, Cash, the top of his head was shown, and there we go. Monster putting in a monstrous performance, and somehow down to a 2v2 even after Lucky got those 2 beautiful kills to open things up. The side defense just completely fell apart, not getting a single kill, and that was a bit sloppy from JMD in my opinion. And now the retake is on in full earnest, and like I said, that kit on Lucky could prove to be absolutely crucial. That nade's gonna go sailing in and land plump on Manan's head. In the meantime, Monster also not in the pink of hell, but he's gonna get the drop onto Lucky, leaving Deathmaker all alone, and there's Monster with the trade, and the 9th round on, well, going Scorcher's way as well. And again, JMD left with no money, and it's the final round of the half. So, force buy time. I mean, you can't really call it a force buy because it's the only buy at their disposal. It is the final round of the half, but this is what I've been talking about like ever since I've started casting, is the economy management on most Indian teams is absolutely horrendous. Some of the decisions that go into the buys that, you know, teams opt for, really questionable. And Deathmaker, Hellfighter, everyone in the A bomb side just absolutely Helen Keller, completely white. And Mythil has been doing a phenomenal job of entry fragging this time around this round. Oh, Hellfighter gets one, but there's DNM and Mythil getting the kills. Manan also picking up one, and Mythil just continuing his reign of terror. And Krish is going to see out the half with the final kill on a Proud. And as predicted, the first half ends 10-5 in favor of Team Scorchers. And they're going to go in with a 5-round lead at the switch. JMD Gaming with somewhat of a mountain to climb if they want to mount a comeback. They need this pistol round. If Scorchers manage to see this through, they should have a relatively comfortable dash to the finish line. Oh, knocked my mic out. Alrighty, we're gonna go live with the pistol round, and what do we have here? Two players making their way down drop. I like this setup, and Manan is gonna peek the corner, but he's too slow. Lucky gonna find the headshot and is down to a 5v4. Alrighty, very retake-ish setup here from Scorchers. Oh, DNM getting woken up. The nasty little tap through the box. And he's going to be facing down 3 players. He needs to make his way out of there. There's little to no support in the bomb site. Okay, Krish. Going to get mowed down. Just that Glock train coming out of drop. DNN does manage to get one. Mithil tapping away, not really finding the shot. And caught on the reload and will get put down now. It's all down to Monster. Again, caught on the reload. Peeking angles while reloading. Rookie mistake there and just death by paper cuts. Death by paper cuts, as they say. Just that tremendous spam potential coming in from the Glock. Winning that round, JMD Gaming the pistol round, the ever so crucial round, and they will live to fight another day. This is some light at the end of the tunnel, at least for them. They can try and mount a comeback. Like I said, see, Scorchers, one of the teams that don't really force into the second round if they do lose the pistols. This is exactly what I said when they lost the pistol on the T side. On the CT side, they're a team that likes to consolidate their money, likes to build up their bank and go into the first round with as much at their disposal as possible. And that is going to be key in a map like Cobblestone, because you need those early Molotovs, those nades, those flashbangs for the retake, the smoke-offs to delay the push. Everything, every bit of utility is crucial. So this is going to be more or less, you know, an easy round for JMD Gaming. They're going up against nothing but USPs. They should not be losing any player. And that's exactly what seems to be on the card. And there we go. Cash, can he pick up the final 2 kills with the MP9? And the answer is well, yes and no. One with the MAC-10, one with the MP7 and one with the Glock. 900 easy dollars, the bank for him. The rest of the kills, I think, came from rifles. So in terms of farming for money, not that much. Ooh, nade stack. We might see a fancy nade stack either towards B long or towards mid. This is going to get interesting. I'm going to watch this. 5 HE nades being picked up by Scorchers, and they're all heading B long. Could be either a drop or a long nade stack. What are we going to see is the question. Nothing thus far. Monster just waiting with the nade cocked. There we go. The nades go out, and Deathmaker, only one, taking some damage, down to half HP. I like this. I like this from Scorchers. They chuck all the nades towards B and then reposition towards the A bomb site, trying to just bait JMD Gaming to hit that A bomb site. There we go. Cash opening things up with the first kill. And it is going to be an A hit. Cash leading the way with that MP7. Gets already gotten 1 kill. Why doesn't he finish off the kill proud? Cleaning things up and running out of bullets, that Cash. And Deathmaker finally puts Cash out of his misery. He's going to go apologize to his dead body, lay some flowers down, say rest in peace, mate. Rest in peace. Don't take it to heart. It was an honest mistake. You kind of fluffed everything there. Anyway, JMD Gaming, 8 rounds on the board, 3 rounds on the trot, and Scorchers go in with a very, very decent buy. Rifles across the board, decent amount of utility. 4 kits. Now, that is something I wouldn't advocate at this point. 2 kits is more than enough, 1 for each site. And stock up on the nades. Stock up on the nades. Okay, fast play. Lucky. Deciding better to not push the smoke. expecting someone to be on the other side. This is exactly what Hellfighter did when JMD was on the CT side. He just played by the edge of that smoke and played to the greed of the incoming T's and just got himself a nice little 3K. So lucky, I think, having flashbacks off that round, deciding better and not pushing the smoke. It is gonna be a B-long hit bomb, still over towards Museum, but the Molotovs that are raining in do kind of telegraph a B play. Oh, Proud getting dinked through the wall, but Lucky gonna get caught retreating. And how is Krish still alive? He's gotten himself a 2-man spray down to a 3v3. But okay, Proud making the most of that big green gun, gets 3 kills. Can he gets 2 kills already? Can he get another is the question. Down to a 2v3, the retake is possible. Proud playing at the back lines, gets his second for the round, leaving Monster all alone in a 1v3. He's clutched such rounds many a times throughout his illustrious career. Just gonna try and find the bomb planter. Can he line them up? The answer is no. A triple peek, but they almost lined up for him. Monster, had he just been a little more decisive with his aim, had he aimed a little truer, I'm pretty sure he could have clutched that round out with ease. But unfortunately, luck just not on his side, and JMD Gaming win the 9th round, and most importantly, they win the first buy round for Scorchers, and that forces them to take a timeout and reevaluate things. And Mythil having already forced up. Why though? Why are you buying down to $200? You know that you're gonna get, you know, the max loss bonus, which is $3,400. So you know that the next round you can go in with the best possible buy, even bring out the double ops if necessary. Why are you forcing the issue by, you know, getting an MP7? It's one of the most ineffective guns against armored opponents, and you're going up against AK-47s and AWP. And yes, the MAC-10 out onto Cash, because he's going to expect either a full eco if they want the double op setup, or at the most an armor pistol, in which case the MAC-10 is the perfect throw gun. You can go into the bomb site, find as much information as you can, die if you will, get 1 or 2 players, maybe tag them down, and just relay information to your teammates. And a lost MAC-10 is nothing to write home about. Oh, there we go. Round does get reset. I think dot stop was called. Yep. That's what I was saying. Mythil, apparently the auto buy glitch happened, and he by mistake bought the MP7 and the armor, because it makes no sense. Let's be honest. It makes absolutely no sense, that buy coming in from Manan, because they are going to get $3,400, and if they more or less go for a hard eco, they can come out with the double ops. And that's the go-to recourse for almost all, not just Indian, Asian teams, is if you lose your first gun round after losing the pistol and the subsequent 2 rounds, that's 4 rounds in a row. 5th round, double op, let's go. Alrighty then. This should be an interesting round. Cash should be looking to go balls to the wall with that MAC-10 and try and farm up as much money as possible. Head armor, not a thing in existence for anyone on the Scorchers side. So he should just be absolutely tearing it apart with that MAC-10. A very, very viable gun against unarmored opponents. It's essentially like an automatic Glock that spits hellfire, essentially. Krish taking some initial nade damage. That nade can go sailing in and do some damage over to DNM, but I don't know why Cash is baiting Lucky. There we go. First kill with the MAC-10. Can he get more is the question. There's one player playing towards stairs over in the B-bomb site. That is gonna be Krish. Although, Cash, spots out Mythil, but does get taken down. That's all she wrote for the MAC-10. Yet to be recovered though. In the meantime, they've gotten the information that there's all 3 players over towards the A-bomb site. Leave 1 lurk over towards drop and just rotate towards the A-bomb site. But both rotations are going to meet almost simultaneously. Mythil, I think he spotted 1 player. He has recovered the MAC-10. I don't think Deathmaker knows he's this close in the bomb site. Mithil, oh, careening out of the corner, not really finding the telling shots, and Monster alone again, picking up that dropped Mac 10. It's like the hot potato in the team. One player dies, gets picked up by another. It's like playing passing the parcel, just with a very deadly weapon. And that one kill picked up by the Mac 10, $600 extra for Mithil, so that's gonna help. And no double hop, only the single hop. Okay, interesting. Deciding to go with a more utility-heavy buy. 4 players with a full stack of nades, 2 kits, as is prescribed. And the op out onto Krish. Krish is a very good opper. Like he can hit some really nasty shots and hold down the site, hold down the fort all by his lonesome if called upon to do so. Manan just playing very aggro from through the smoke, but not going to land anything. Changing things up here, JMD Gaming. No fast play, nothing presented early round. They're playing this very slow, very passive. They know that it's going to be a buy coming out from Scorchers. So they're trying to draw out as much utility as possible. But being so passive isn't really the best way to draw utility out. You need to show some aggression, some fake flashes, some noise over towards footsteps, gunshots here and there. That is what's going to draw out the utility from the CT side. But unfortunately, they're just playing extremely passive right now. Just oh, okay, some technical difficulties, I guess. Dot stop being called. Oh, ping spike, everybody. Yep. JMD Gaming all playing on 100+ ping right now. So match has been paused until their ping. Ping spike and losses apparently. So I think the match is going to be paused until they sort out their connection issues. Seeing that they have identical ping, I am led to believe that they're playing from a cafe. Always a dicey thing to do, in my opinion, because, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Therefore, you don't put all your teammates in one spot, especially considering that this is summer in India and the electricity. But forget summer. It's monsoon in half of the country and it's summer in the other half. Or it's summer in the capital where it's always summer. Either it's summer or winter. We get 10 days of rainfall in the capital. So it's not really a monsoon. So the electricity is a very precarious thing. And so is the internet. And it looks like the internet gods are frowning down on the cafe that JMD are playing for. Because it's highly unlikely that all 5 of them get hit by the wrath of the internet gods simultaneously. That's just statistically unlikely. But we've seen weirder things. We've seen, well, maths is not really anybody's friend, to be very honest. So, when the stats gods are angry, anything can happen. And that's, I think, is exactly what's happening to all 5 players over on JMD Gaming. Everyone is suffering from a ping spike and lag spikes. Alrighty, match is still being paused. So, Cobblestone. Now, I'll be honest, I hate this map. Like, from a player's perspective, like I hate playing on this map, especially on the CT side. There's so little that you can do. Watching it, casting it, a very different story. It makes for some really entertaining CS because it's a very aim-heavy map. So, like if the CTs are going to win, it's going to be through some fantastic teamwork, some very, very innovative usage of utility. And that's always a joy to watch and cast and analyze. And if the Ts are going to win, it's either going to be YOLO Bum Rush B or some fantastic coordinated executes, fakes. It makes for very good watching, but very boring playing, in my opinion. And so a lot of people were asking during the majors, what is the next map you want to see? A lot of the proper casters, I like to call them, because I'm not a real caster, let's be honest. Still learning the ropes, very new to this. So when the real casters were asked what map you want to see taken out of the rotation in the active duty map pool, almost everybody said Cobblestone. Even the players, quite a few of them said Cobblestone. Some said Nuke, some said Train, but the vast majority agreed that it ought to be Cobblestone. It's a map that needs to be reworked, maybe even completely overhauled, because it's just too T-sided in my opinion. And even in their opinion, it doesn't make for that interesting, interesting plays. So, Cobblestone might be on the way out once Dust 2 makes its glorious and much awaited return. This is one thing I find very strange. So when I open the server browser on So Strong, right, in the evening, I can still see scrims being played on Dust 2. What is it with Dust 2 and, the Indian Counter-Strike scene? It's a map that's never going to return in its current shape and form. Why are you scrimming on that map? What are you trying to do? Don't play Dust 2, people. Just play the other maps. There's so many beautiful maps in this game, that we need to learn if we want to compete at a much higher level, or at a level higher that we are currently. Like, Risky has been the final boss for Indian Counter-Strike for so long that I think even Risky are starting to get bored of it. Like, they want a challenge. They want a team to rise from the subcontinent that can give them a run for their money. And, they don't have to come here and just stomp every team. They're looking for a challenge. The Counter-Strike scene grows only if there are legitimate contenders to the throne. Right now, Risky are sitting pretty atop the subcontinent scene. They're just unbeatable right now. RVN in the Middle East have given them a very good fight. They're constantly exchanging the top spot amongst themselves there. But when we move over to the subcontinent, it's pretty much decided that Risky are just that good a team right now. So, you want to evolve, you want to grow. Yes, two teams did manage to take one map off of Risky online, but the real litmus test is on LAN. And once Risky showed up on LAN, showed up with that 5 ping, no ping advantage, nothing, they just completely wrecked their opposition. Like, the team that performed the best against them was Shooting Monkeys, a team that was formed not too long ago, comprised of 5 Pug stars. Well, admittedly 5 very, very good Pug stars, but still. And they were the only team that managed to get anywhere close to double-digit rounds off of Risky. They got 9 rounds on Mirage, one of Risky's strongest maps. So that's a commendable feat. But unfortunately, as is the thing with everything CS in the subcontinent, most teams are not as they were once the summer phase ended. We've seen a massive shuffle up. Scorchers getting, I think, Mythil joined them? Yeah. Well, every team has undergone a shuffle. Sai is on a break because he's undergoing treatment for carpal tunnel syndrome, which is why I think Hunter has moved from Semper X. I always get confused between Semper X and Team Wolf, and that boils down to the fact that I can't picture Manan and Mythil on different teams. It's just I'm always confusing them in my head. Either way, I think Hunter was on Semper X and he left as a sub for Sai on to Entity. Forsaken and Markelon have joined Semper X. Think Mythil left Semper X for Scorchers, and Afro Ninja is a sub for Scorchers. In the meantime, Falcon has taken leave from Wolf as in the Scorchers and has moved to Shooting Monkeys, and they've picked up a new player. I still don't know his name. It's, I think, Anna Fire or Anna Fine or something along that line. Very good player. I saw him play for the first time yesterday. Good aim, good decision making, exceptionally good movement. So I am expecting Shooting Monkeys to still, hold their Masters Division spot. Looking at a decent team. So in the entire mix-up, I think even Dare to Dream didn't really change their roster. They changed their team name. They're now going by Eternal Esports. So a lot of changes in the Indian scene. Kappa having finally relinquished his playing spot and has transitioned more to a coaching role, and Amaterasu can finally join the lineup full time. That move had been declared a long time back, but since the rosters were locked in for the ESL India summer Premiership, he couldn't play. Now he can. He's joined the roster full time, plays all the tournaments, and they are looking good. They did look shaky towards the beginning of the second half of the season, but the second third of the season. This season is divided into thirds. We have the summer, the fall, and the winter. They were looking a bit shaky towards the beginning of the second third, but they've picked up a couple of victories on the trot and one victory against Entity recently in the ESL India Premiership itself. So they're looking good. They're looking back to their old form and expect good things from them. I've always praised Hell for being a very cerebral player. So I do give it to him. I have faith in him that he can whip up that group of players into something formidable. And with the help of Amaterasu, he can do it. That is another very smart and very capable Counter-Strike player to have emerged from the Indian scene. And I'm really glad that those two are on the same team. On the flip side, the exit of Sai due to the medical condition is really regrettable. I have always held that Sai is by far the best player in the country. He is the most well-rounded player, and most importantly, he's a smart player. His decision-making in clutch games and big games, and even in games in general, is exceptional. I can hardly critique him on his decision-making most of the times. Sometimes he will make the odd decision to overpeak or repeak with the AWP and get punished for it. But, you know, that just comes from age. He's still very young. He's a 19-year-old kid. So he has a lot of growing still left to do. And at the level he is currently, he can only go up. I hope that, like, I spoke to him after the ESL finals in Mumbai in the beginning of July. So he was telling me that it's in a very early stage that the carpal tunnel thing got caught. So doctors have told him that he's going to make a full recovery as long as he takes the proper treatment, and has to go in for surgery as well. It's a minor surgery. So hopefully he is back firing on all cylinders once he's gone through his entire treatment regimen. Wish him all the best for his recovery, and I wish him a very speedy and fast recovery as well. And yeah, so talking of all the changes, Brutality is the only team that has decided to stick with their guns. The same lineup. There were talks of a shuffle up, but nothing of the sort ever materialized. Brutality realizing that consistency might be one of the keys to success in this Indian scene. And they've been playing very well, let's be honest. Like, I think they're at the top of the Masters division right now. I'm not sure. I just came back yesterday. Haven't had time to get back into the groove of things. Haven't really checked the leaderboards. But from what I gather, Brutality have been playing exceptionally well. And that reflects in their performances as well. We're stringing together, win after win. And they're looking like the Brutality of old. The Brutality that has been loved and shall continue to be loved by everyone far and wide hailing from the country. So yeah, a season of change, but the consistency and the constancy is what is paying dividends. For those of you wondering why the game has been paused, JMD Gaming is going through some connectivity issues, some internet issues. They're facing lag and losses. But our admin is going to unpause the game shortly. And we will be resuming with the game very, very soon. There we go. The timeout has been called off. And we are going to be going back live into the game in 3, 2, 1, fight, as they say. I love that Mortal Kombat theme. And this is Mortal Kombat. Take nothing away from that. Counter-Strike is nothing short of the most visceral and one of the most competitive games, in my opinion. I love Counter-Strike. Okay, that's why I cast it. That's why I stream it. That's why I enjoy playing it, watching it, everything about it. It is so competitive. It always gets the adrenaline flowing and pumping. And that's why we all love it as well. Okay then. 5-man B push coming in from A push coming in from JMD. A 3-2 setup. Mythil playing a bit too forward. Doesn't really have not much trade potential coming in the position that Mythil is playing from currently. And I like this read coming in from Scorchers. Third player now, that is DNM, rotating over towards the A-bomb side. But Mythil, for all intents and purposes, is going to be the first line of contact. There we see Mythil spots that, unable to dodge the flash, and there we go, gets put down instantly. Monster now put on the back foot. Monster and DNM is going to come down to them to hold off this A push. The Molotovs come raining in, so do the nades. It's fire everywhere. The floor is lava. DNM burns. Monster just gets put down. And that is the quintessential execute from JMD Gaming. That is the picture-perfect A-side execute being displayed for your viewing pleasure by JMD Gaming. And they keep all 5 players alive. And Krish now booking it. He's put his Air Jordans on and he is flying across the map. He might just find Proud, but okay, does get the frag, but now they know exactly where Krish is. But I don't think no one's close enough to go for the refrag. Cash is making his way through Dragon Lore, or Museum as I like to call it. And there we go. Off angle, but Krish is ready. And they're going to just walk in one by one like lambs to the slaughter, but finally Lucky does manage to get the kill as Krish misses his no-scope flick. And GMD Gaming back in the lead. Back where they belong, as they would say. They did start off the game fairly strong. They had a 2-round lead, then they relinquished it, then reached 5 rounds, and then just was downhill from that point forward. Now, Scorchers being forced into an eco. This should be another easy round for JMD Gaming. They should just look to be meticulous, use their utility to the fullest. And like that round came down to Mythil just not being able to dodge the flash. Like him being completely blinded, and then both DNM and Mythil, Monster on the side being caught in no man's land, really didn't leave much chance for a retake. And there we go, Hellfighter gonna be the first line of contact, I think. Pop flash, and there we go, Monster making a bit of noise, but there's Hellfighter with the instant beheading of Monster. Picks up the 5-7 as well. And that's the A side more or less ripe for the taking. Manan making his way over with the hand cannon, the Deagle, the headshot machine. Actually, he's not, but like the gun is in the right hands, the headshot machine. And what can Manan do? He's in a very precarious position, exposed from more than one angle. And there's Cash, gonna casually moonwalk out in mid and just take Monster's head clean off. It's beautiful to watch, Oh, look at that. Beautiful communication from JMD Gaming. 3 smokes all in the same spot at the same time to smoke off door. It's a pleasure to watch. And Mythil and Krish doing some damage. Hellfighter in the meantime does find DNM, but Mythil staying alive, being a thorn in the side of the incoming JMD players, and they have a flank to worry about. That nade's going to go sailing in, but do little to no damage. And now it's Scorchers because Krish all alone in a 1v1. He's recovered an AK-47. It is extremely doable. 3k for both players. It's going to come down to a clutch, and oh, Hellfighter does manage to clutch it out. 1v1 with the 4k. Hellfighter, take a bow, son. You were instrumental in putting that 12th round on the board for your team, JMD Gaming. But, I mean, at this point, economy isn't something that JMD need to be worrying about. And why in God's good earth did Hellfighter buy the UMP? So these are the little things that really piss me off. This is a very bad economic read coming in from Hellfighter. He thinks that the opponents are on eco. They're not. They're on a full buy. They have all the nades, all the utility, and he's going to go careening into drop and get put down instantly. And there's Manan just cleaning up one by one, picks up the AK-47, but finally does get put down by Proud. Here we go, down to a 4v3. Proud, what can you do? He's going to get Molotoved off. He's the only player in an advanced forward position. Drop control for the time being, but he can get smoked, mollied, and naded out of here very easily. The CT's adopting somewhat of a 2-2 setup, giving up drop, letting Proud do Proud things in drop. Just do whatever you want. It's okay. We've got, we're 2 on each side. We have a man advantage. We'll just play for the trades right now. And just the numbers game. That's all they need to do right now. Scorchers. Proud. Using most of the utility at his disposal, left with 2 flashbangs. What can he do is the question. As of now, DNM, they know exactly where Proud is, so they don't need to really fuss about that. They just need to be worried about the other 2 players. One player being found out at A-long right now because of that Molotov. And Proud again going to sneak his way towards the B-bomb site. They've been heard. It's still a 2-2 split, but again, all they need to do is play the trades, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Krish finding one, Mythil finding Cash, and now it's all down to Deathmaker. Can he wield the stick of death? And the answer is no. Krish is just going to slide out of statue and say, not today, son. Not today. And there we go. 11th round on the board for Scorchers. And JMD Gaming, I think they kind of took their foot off the pedal there. A little bit shaky. A little bit, undecisive, undecided. And, well, paying the price for it. That indecision is what came down to haunt them. See, the thing is, on the T side, you need to be very strong with your basics in Counter-Strike. You need to play the trade game, at least the trade game and the buddy system to near perfection. And frankly speaking, if any team figures out the buddy system and the trade game in the Indian scene, they're going to reign supreme. That's the primary reason that Entity have been so dominant in the Indian scene, and very few teams have ever taken maps off of them. And when they do, it's that odd one map when the players are just not feeling it. It's because they've gone back to the basics. They've unlearned the game and relearned it from the ground up. They're playing proper basic Counter-Strike trades, the buddy system on the CT side, flashing for your teammates. These are nothing special. It's nothing crazy. And I think Monster heard the scope in from Proud. He should know that there's at least one player in mid. Yeah, they're making a ton of noise. Monster needs to be careful. Mythil already lost them around by not playing this position properly. And just looking away at the right time. Spots out one, spots out two. That's a spray down that the CTs were looking for. And now the A hit has to be coming out in earnest. DNM gets one. Can Mythil peek out? Get one, gets one. Getting it the second. Nope. But there's DNM for the trade. And down goes Deathmaker, the only player finding any kill. And the scores are tied yet again at 12-12. This game just keeps on giving. It does not end at all. And I need a drink of water. Jal hi jeevan hai, as they say. Anywho, Scorchers finally managing to break into the Bank of Abu Dhabi, as Blair calls it, and make a dent in the tea economy. They're on a force buy. And this should be another straightforward round. Mythil needs to book it out of there. Shouldn't be, caught with his pants down retreating. Does have support in the form of Monster. Monster being instrumental in that A site hold previously. That Molotov is going to, do some damage as the players come barreling through it. But Mythil completely failing that spray, and Monster just continuing to hold down left mouse button as he gets swarmed on all sides by the enemy and does get taken down. Proud taking a very aggressive position towards, the broken wall. Sorry, towards murder hole. And now it's all down to cash. Bomb does go down, so that means they're going to have $800 extra to take into the next round, which means a pretty comfortable buy coming in from JMD Gaming. But Scorcher is back in the lead. 13-12 is the score. And JMD Gaming need to switch things up. Seems the Scorchers have figured them out. There we go. Scorchers back in the lead. And GMD Gaming need to switch things around. And they are. At least in the terms of the bomb side they're going to hit. I think they should go back to their execute heavy style of play. That really saw them, that really found them a lot of success. And Krish with that AWP has been a constant side at least. And okay, Cash getting caught in no man's land, needs to be careful while retreating away. Krish spotting the feet but unable to land a flick quick enough to get the shot, and Cash able to make his way to safety. But Krish is watching that angle like a hawk. He is not flinching. He's not even moving an inch. He's gonna go for it. He's committed to this angle. In the meantime, Proud, okay, trying to play Mario over in drop, never a good idea. Gets put down by Manan. And now it's a 3v5. See, this is the problem, right? They've been going in one by one, not playing the trade game, and that's what's essentially hurting them round after round. Is, see, again, presenting yourself as a lone entity and taking the duel when you're already a man down. I mean, it's just basics. The basics are not in place right now for JMD. There we go. A bit premeditated with that spray down, but Krish and Mythil cleaning things up. And Mythil to land the final kill off the half with a sweet headshot on the Hellfighter. And that's 14 on the board for Team Scorchers. Finally, erstwhile Wolf or Scorchers finding their rhythm. And yeah, GMD Gaming kind of sort of dropping the ball there. They had the game in their grasp, they had the economy, they had the momentum, but finally Proud opening things up. That's a man advantage going towards GMD Gaming for the first time in a very long time. They need to maintain it, but Krish neutralizing that almost instantaneously. But look at this, they've completely given up mid. They've completely given up connector, and Mithil is going to be in a world of hurt. And there we go, that's the A-bomb site, ripe for the taking, down to a 4v2. Krish, the only player with any modicum of HP, and I think the save call is on the cards. There is no way that Krish alone is going to affect anything on a retake against 4 players, that too with the AWP and everyone else. There are decent post plans also coming in from GMD Gaming. So this round, I say save the 2 guns and live to fight another day. And see, that is why drop is so crucial on Cobblestone. This is why you see SK going for that drop control over and over again. They put 2 men on drop. One person died, but they got drop control, and that flank from connector, that is what how on earth is Krish allowed to reach him so far? But there we go, trade coming in, Krish goes down, bomb goes off, 13 on the board for JMD. So as I was saying, connector control is paramount both for the CTs and the Ts. Now, if you give up connector control too early into the round as the CTs, that's what's going to happen. And you see, that is, and also poor communication was another thing that allowed JMD Gaming to just waltz into the A-bomb site. I don't think the call that connector has been lost went out in time for Scorchers, and Mithil was just, Mithil had nothing to do there. He was being pincered from 3 sides. People were just swarming in on him. He was like that, like, you know, if you guys have watched Dunkirk recently, those flyers that fly down towards the beginning of the movie, that was exactly what Manan felt like. You are here, enemies all around you. And, well, Deathmaker taking a ton of damage early round. Spam. Not the best feeling when you get spammed down to to 30 points of health. It's very irritating. DNM holding a very aggressive angle is going to fall back, that Molotov. In the meantime, Proud again opening things up towards drop. And he's going to do the same thing. He's going to rotate and pincer from Murder Hole. Same thing. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Spots out 2 more players. Finally, Mithil able to take him down. It's down to a 3v3. They changed things up a little bit. They weren't that heavy towards Door this time, which is what allowed Mithil to get the drop on Proud. But, I mean, come on, man. Krish, in the meantime, if he scopes, he's dead. Because there's a player right above him. Oh, well. Somehow, the stars have aligned for Krish. Oh, I think he spotted out Cash as well. I don't think... Oh, what is going on? It's a comedy of errors. It is self-flash time. Let's go. It's down to a 2v3. Krish needs to hold this off as long as possible. Allow for the rotation to come in. There is already a flank coming in from DNM. And oh, DNM, insane shot. And Cash left all alone, gets 1 kill. Can he get more is the question, and the answer is no. Mithil will pick up the final kill. That's the 15th round on the board for Scorchers. Match point for them. But their economy, I mean, with the gun saved, and they can drop and spread out their money so that they can so that everyone can go in with a full buy. So the money not looking a problem for Scorchers, but over on the flip side for JMD Gaming, it is a cause for much concern, because I think they just got reset, and they got reset hard. So forced buy for them. They're ending both halves identically. A forced buy for what could be the final round of the half. It is the penultimate round of the game. Proud has been really good, you know, getting those crucial kills, and there we go, Mithil opening things up with the first kill. Krish playing very aggressive, Monster getting the second. This is not how GMD Gaming envisioned this round to be panning out, and I think they're not done yet. I think they're going to go for the counter boost. Yep, DNM gonna get boosted up. Proud spots him. DNM, okay then, just walk into his pre-fire. Proud. No care given. Dead before he even knows it. And Mithil, will he pick up the final kill of the game? Yes, he does. And that's GG well played for Scorchers. 16-13 is how this cookie crumbles. And Scorchers come away with that much needed W. And JMD Gaming really need to go back to their basics and focus on the trade game a little bit more and the buddy system on their T side. But that's all from my side. I hope you guys had fun tonight. See you all tomorrow, same time, same place. ESL India. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. This is Fet signing off. Good night, guys.
Well, it certainly seems as if JMD Gaming's days are not exactly going smooth there. The lads seem to be treading some really rough waters there. 13-16 the scoreline in favor of Scorchers there. And with this, they have established that not always, but only against a few teams can Scorchers fall. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was the match, the CSGO match between Team Scorchers and JMD Gaming, which you are watching live on the YouTube gaming channel of ESL India. Now, this is the Day 11 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen, by HP, HyperX, and Zawi, by BenQ, and organized by Northern Gaming. Now, we have one more day lined up for today, which is Dota 2. So let's quickly take a look at both the teams here. Now we have a game between White Unicorn versus GoFigureRed, and White Unicorn, talking about them, they're a Pune team, strong presence in the local scene. They've been playing together for a year now, and they got promoted to the Summer Season Dota Master League. They attended the Summer Season finale in Mumbai, and so far in the Fall July session, they failed to register a single win. Now their opposition here, GoFigureRed, they're based out of Bangalore. Okay. They're one of the top teams in the country. They've got talented players on the roster. They've got Archmage. And the best thing is they finished third in the summer season finale held in Mumbai. Now for the fall season, they are missing the services of Saurabh Milk Saha because he wanted to focus on his examinations, and he's been replaced by Amit Ame. And in the fall season, July session, the team has been experiencing a mixed campaign only after having won 3 games from the 5 matches they have played. So will GoFigureRed try and make it their day, or will White Unicorn prevail? We'll find out once when our casters take us through the game. So over to Dota 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. My name is Vivek, and today we've got GoFigureRed on the dial, facing off versus White Unicorn on the Radiant. White Unicorn, they've had a rough start, but they made it to the top there in the Masters League with the big boys. And it's trial by fire for them. GoFigureRed opened the draft, picking up the Shaman and the Invoker. No messing around. Archmage will probably get his hands on the Invoker. The question is, what is Snacks going to be playing? Ami, though, not in the lineup today. You got Deliverance stepping in. And it seems that only 2 players on the side of GoFigure have the GoFigure tags on them. We're seeing TA and Lena being banned out. Both strong mid laners versus the Invoker could make life difficult. You've got a roaming support for White Unicorn in the form of the Kunkka, and that's really good. There's a lot of teamfight coming out. Bit of Malice into Ice Path, maybe even a boat on top. A lot of setup, a lot of AoE. We're seeing the Juggernaut and the Lifestealer getting banned out. Juggernaut, one of those scores that sort of does better versus the Ursa. But yeah, White Unicorn, they've taken him out of the equation. The question is, what do you want to pick if you're White Unicorn? You could do Slark. All that Essence Shift is nice, take away Ursa's agility, but instead they've gone with the Phantom Assassin. While GoFigureRed wastes no time in responding with a Bristleback pick of their own. Jakiro, with that early points in Liquid Fire, can do a little bit of chip damage onto the Bristleback, but the key here is going to be killing him early on in the lane. You don't want him to get a good start, get that level 5 or 6, that movement speed from Warpath, maybe infused raindrops or hood to boot. None of that. I like the last fan though coming out from White Unicorn. Keeper of the Light does complement the Bristleback rather well. You've got that quick burst of mana coming in from the Keeper of the Light, and that reduces cooldowns as well. And that's an absolute nuisance to deal with if you're an enemy core on the other side. This seems to be a mid PA. She should be fine. But yeah, GoFigureRed, they're going to ban out the Slug, one of the better counters to the Ursa as well as the Bristleback. Last pick on the board for GoFigureRed. They're looking for a roaming support. They could do Clockwork, they could do Slada. Clockwork's been banned out actually. So they could do Slada. The amplified damage is nice versus the Underlord. Minus armor is pretty decent versus him. Alternatively, what else are you looking for here? You haven't got anybody who's going to be building a Silver Edge. Ursa could, but it's going to be a while. You'd much rather get your Blink first and the Ursa. So nobody to take away the evasion from the Phantom Assassin, and MKB is not going to be coming online anytime soon. So if the Phantom Assassin is off to a good start, I could see GoFigureRed having problems in the mid game versus her. Last pick though. What are you looking at? This is Rampage's hero. He's played a lot of games as the Slada. Maybe he's just a bit tired playing that hero and wants to switch things up. But really, what else could we see coming out from GoFigure? Their staples are the Disruptor, the Slada. You could do Crystal Maiden. The aura is nice for the Bristleback. But then you've got two supports with extremely low movement speed, who aren't too good at roaming, but you got an Undying. I like this. DK sapping away that strength from the Underlord, taking away his effective HP, and well, it's quite a potent threat in lane. And now the Underlord has some problems. He might need a little bit of help, a little bit of babysitting to get off to a good start in his lane. You also got Fury Swipes, which is great versus the Underlord. Probably explains that Ursa pickup. Completely slipped my notice there. Last pick though for White Unicorn. They're looking for something in the safe lane. The Juggernaut and the Lifestealer have been banned. Options are limited. No Slug as well. You could do a range scope. This isn't a draw game. This could be a Morphling game, but they're going to go with the Shadow Fiend and put the Phantom Assassin in the safe lane, it seems. Still familiar names on White Unicorn. You've got Kark, you've got Clutch, JDM Clutch, who's well, decided to mess with my head a bit. I'm going to be saying JMD a little bit in this cast, so please excuse me. But yeah, both teams have a solid draft. If anything, I'm inching towards GoFigure here. Archmage will win the mid lane. Underlord's not going to have a fun time. And yeah, the lanes just seem to favor GoFigureRed a little bit more. They do kind of hit their peak in the mid game. I mean, Ursa is not going to scale incredibly well. And yeah, I see a connection failure. I don't know what's going on. I see connection failure, but the load screens come on either way. The question is, are we going to load into the game? Okay, we got a pause coming out. Yeah, a player's experiencing some packet loss or lag issues as well, and it's been sorted. Get the hotkeys up and going. And we're more or less good to go. Okay. Wow, why am I so zoomed in? There you go. Something is wrong with these hotkeys today. Hold on. Edge fan enable. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So like I was saying, if this game gets stretched out and PA starts finding farm and the crits are on her side today, it's going to take a lot of smart itemization coming up from the Ursa to be able to deal with them in the mid to late game. I don't see Ursa getting an MKB anytime soon. So GoFigure need to get the act together and try and end this game, I say, by the 20 to 30 minute mark. I also know that Deliverance is in a rush. He has some domestic issues. So I think GoFigure will try and end this game as soon as possible. Let's switch things up though. It seems to be Deliverance on the Bristleback. with Snacks playing the USA, but they could just switch in game once more. And I alt-tab, I look at stream, we had 90 people watching CS and now we have 20 watching Dota. It's it hurts. I mean, at least when I was in school, we used to all sit for the English lecture and then bunk the math lecture. Dota feels like math to some people. But yeah, we got a pause underway. Enough of my rambling. I'm going to use this time to run through the lineups rather quickly. We've got Shadow Fiend being played by GG Nallard. The Twin-Headed Dragon of Jakiro being played by Redemption. Underlord being played by Dominator Kunkka and Hands of Karth. And that leaves us with Clutch playing the Phantom Assassin. On the other side for GoFigure, we've got Rampage playing the Undying Bristleback in Hands of Deliverance. Invoker being played by Archmage. Snacks seems to be going to the safe claim with that of Sub-Warrior. And that leaves us with Drake, the one man on this side who's not switched roles all that much, playing the Shadow Shaman. Archmage, he's really improved over time. I mean, I did manage to catch his games in the ROG Masters, and he was going up in the mid lane versus Crowley, and he was holding his own. This was despite a Rubik and the Enchantress on the other side making constant rotations to the mid lane, trying to make life miserable for him. He held up in terms of CS, got his items at the right time, tried his best to make sure that his team comes back into the game. But yeah, GoFigure ended up losing that series and they lost that third game 27-2. GoFigure, they have improved as a side. They have taken a game of IQ. Aggressive 5 have done the same. They even took a game of Entity Gaming yesterday, which we had the pleasure of casting, me and CloudX. I'm pretty sure that was Entity clowning around. They weren't taking that too seriously because they've got the SCA qualifiers for the ROG Masters to watch out for, with teams like Neski and many more in the mix. So they need to be on top of the game. They are a little burnt out. Probably explains it. The SCA qual should be starting soon. Today or tomorrow. The problem is Gosu Gamers has just decided not to update their site anymore, the track-up. So even I'm not too sure when the game starts, but I'm going to be sending a message out to Entity's manager and trying to find out as soon as the game, as soon as Entity's journey in the SA qualifies for the ROG Masters begins. The sad part about the ROG Masters is that it's after TI, so we're going to see a lot of shuffles. Expect some in the Indian scene as well. And yeah, it does look like it's Deliverance going to the offlane on that Bristleback. He's started out with the Mango. He's queued up the Magic Stick. Makes absolute sense versus a PA in lane. PA should aim to do the same. Yeah, she's queued up the Magic Stick and Boots as well. Started out with 2 Slippers of Agility. Probably will be converting that into a Perman Shield, but we really need the Perman Shield versus the Bristleback. If I'm not mistaken, okay, full spray is physical. But no, that doesn't make sense. Either way, questionable itemization coming up from the Phantom Assassin. Mid lane Archmage, he's put that point into Exort. Start out with the drums, start out with a Bracer. Are we seeing an ATOS here from Archmage? Could be an ATOS or drums. But we're seeing the early wraparound coming up from the 2 supports. Drake with the Shackles level 1. Twin-Headed Dragon. Who are they going for? They're going for the Twin-Headed Dragon. You see the Sunstrike into the Tombstone. The zombies are there. It's a apocalypse now when he's been brought down. Archmage was first blood. Beautiful rotation coming up from Rampage and Drake there. Setting up Invoker's lane, giving him a little bit extra gold to work with. And I'm curious to see what he puts his gold into. He's going to look at buying infused raindrops at some point, but it's going to be a while before they come up full down. Drake now moving to do the same in the top lane. Usa looking for his level 2. This is when Drake is going to try and time his rotation. He's probably just waiting for the Usa to get levels. Usa getting closer and closer to that level 2, building up with those Fury swipe stacks. And yeah, you've got Rampage being a bit of a nuisance. Tombstone at level 1, a rather situational starting skill choice, but he did it because of the gank on the mid lane. But yeah, top lane, Drake prepares, he's got the shackle, he goes in, but the user is too far away. And there's no way he's trading with Dominator here. He's got the Atrophy Aura as well as 10 stacks, so that's a lot of bonus damage. It's 10 in fact. But that really hurts when you're a Shadow Shaman. Trading was an underlord because got the damage reduction kicking in from the Atrophy Aura as well. Deliverance has that magic stick going closer and closer to his boots. This dual off lane could be a bit of a nuisance for the PA. Undying keeping the wave close to his tower as well. And Deliverance casually farming the enemy jungle. Takes it on. Drops the ward. He hasn't got a single charge on that magic stick. The lane is pretty much shifted to the jungle. Creeps out of their natural habitat. And Deliverance having a little bit of fun with him. I think this is really going to hurt the PA in terms of EXP. The Centaur joins in with the stun. Yeah, Bristleback has hit 3 before the PA. And now clutches to last it under his tower. CS, what's it looking like? You've got Deliverance keeping up with the enemy. Mid laner, PA off to an absolute shit start. There's no better way to put it. And Redemption making this strange rotation to the top lane. He's decided he needs to help the Underlord. And with this aggressive ward coming up from GoFigure, Undying as well as Deliverance to just apply a little bit more pressure on Clutch. They've left a safe laner all by herself, and this isn't good. There's no way you win a dual lane with the Underlord. He's going to keep doing that. I mean, Clutch, with all that strength sapped away from him, is sitting at 150 HP. Thank God the torrent connected. You've seen the Tombstone being dropped, but Clutch has dodged the gank for the time being. Do GoFigure want to pressure anymore, though, is the question. Deliverance shows us back in style. This is like one of those pub games where you pick axe and yeah, let's just skip the wave. But Rampage might get punished here. He's got a little bit more DK to work with. Clutch, magic stick in time, Deliverance, not much mana either. Pops the stick, dropping low. GoFigure playing with fire, but Deliverance has the salt. And 2 melee heroes have no way to cancel it. Clutch falling behind his off-laner in terms of CS. This is a horrible start for the PA. Rampage, he's got that clarity. Doesn't have that taunt though. Not that matters, but Deliverance, he's going to dive deep. Clutch with the presence of mind to blink out in time. And this might mean a base trip for the PA. She's tuned through 8 tangos, and the last DK is there from Rampage. 2-0 the score. GoFigure off to a great start across all 3 lanes. Ursa pulling ahead in terms of CS. All the goes on top of the CS shots, except for the Invoker, which is rather surprising. You don't see this every day, Archmage falling behind. But yeah, this is a battle that does favor the Shadow Fiend. Once he gets his bottle and a couple of points in the Shadow Razors, he should be able to keep the wave push, force the Invoker to last it under the tower, which is going to make things hard for him. And he's also got the runes to work with. Shrine being poked by Rampage and Deliverance, is going to go back and resume their pesky activities on the PA. Clutch has got the boots going, and yeah, I guess this is one of those games where you pick up the Braden Magic Wand as soon as possible, but is it really enough? However, Rampage feels that his job has been done. He's trying to accomplish more in other parts of the map. Rake, undercover smoke, 1 point in the shackle, and you've got the meatball coming through. There's no way Shadow Fiend gets out of there. And GoFigure enabling their course effectively. Ouch. Too much tea and coffee. Max dropping low, but he's got the magic stick. He's gonna be okay. GoFigure casually winning all 3 lanes at this point. Got a death on the Shadow Fiend, which means Archmage is going to pull ahead in terms of EXP. Indeed he has. He's had by an entire level. The Invoker at level 7, while the Shadow Fiend is only level 6 at this point. Deliverance picks up the bottom. He's got the Radiant jungle to work with. I have no idea why have White Unicorn abandoned their safe lane at 6 minutes in. This isn't the approach. I mean, what's the plan? Win other lanes? Are they doing that? That's the question. The user is still pulling ahead off the Underlord, but with Redemption around, they are forcing back snacks on the user a little bit. The tier 1 falls just 6 minutes in. And now it's turned into an aggressive try lane coming up from White Unicorn. Dark wants to go for the wraparound break with the shackles. Snacks walks in. He's got... Still see shackles on my map. And yeah, I just disconnected from the server. I hope everybody's not disconnected. I really hope the observer managed to pull out a pause in time there. Dota acting weird. Maybe just me, I'm not too sure. Okay. Just me. Drop down my net worth. Actually, yeah. So you got Shadow Fiend sitting atop the net worth charts. And 1 second. Hold on. Mid lane. Archmage. With the alacrity, trying to apply pressure on the Shadow Fiend. So yeah, Shadow Fiend is sitting atop the net worth charts. And that probably... I guess you can probably explain that because he's flash farming a lot quicker with raises. Invoker keeping up though, with that 1 kill. Dark moving in aggressively, wants the taunt to connect, and Snacks was just off the mark by a millimeter. Drake and Rampage making a rotation of their own. They drop the sentry behind the tower just to make sure that White Unicorn have no deep vision to work with. Redemption, he's got a point in Ice Part. Rampage starts it off, soaks some strength. While Deliverance, he's pretty much set for life. I guess this is a little bit like when your kid gets into IIT. You couldn't have asked for a better start, but here, White Unicorn, they've come to make matters worse. It's a huge rotation. 4 men commit to bring down Deliverance, and Redemption gets the kill of all folks. GoFigure punishing this anywhere else across the map. The Archmage did move into the enemy jungle. Deliverance pushing really deep all by himself without any vision. And that was a bit of a problem. Kark, he's got 2 points and X marks the spot. That's a little bit of cast range to work with, but I'm not sure if it's enough to bring down the Invoker. Yeah, the range creates even spot out Kark there. Archmage going for the threads. It indeed seems to be an ATOS coming out from him. So he's going to get a little bit more HP. Also, the route is great setup for Surge Strike and a Meteor. I do hear a Shackle coming out. It's the Shadow Fiend next to his own shrine. He will go down. Rampage falls as well. He did dive deep, but he got the deep off. X marks the spot as well as turned on to Drake. The shrine is still active. Go figure. They've pushed too deep and they will get punished. They lose both their supports, but they do end up bringing down a core in exchange. And Snacks might just escape for the time being. All of this, though, is space for Archmage, space for him to farm and apply pressure on the tier 1 early on. Deliverance, he doesn't have anyone to even lane against. He's practically playing a pot match at this point. Mid lane though, Clutch with the rotation, the Torrent will connect, but Archmage with the Sunstrike on point. Drake TP's in, he's got the Shackles on the Clutch, but Archmage not enough mana to work with. He's Invoke available. What's he gonna invoke? Deafening Blast it is. But Rampage walks in with their DK, saps his strength, brings down the twin-headed dragon, and gets the kill. Deliverance, third on the network charts. So, White Unicorn are being punished here. They're in a bit of a conundrum. Do we go to kill Deliverance? And how many times can we keep doing this? Or do we try and defend mid? Archmage takes the Torrent, Clutch is there, Ghost Walk not available, still on cooldown, but the Soul Rip is there, the Sunstrike will miss, they want Clutch, the Ice Wall a moment too late, a Stifling Dagger comes out, but there's no follow-up coming out from JMD. In fact, there's a Bristleback running right into White Unicorn. Drake with the wraparound, with the Serpent Ward, gets the kill onto the twin-headed dragon, while Dominator will manage to bring down Deliverance. Drake on the hunt for more. He's being a little bit too greedy though. Clutch with the salve staying alive. They're juking in the trees. Drake, he's gone too deep. The Underlord is here as well. Kunta on the high ground with the Torrent secures the kill. Go figure, lose two. And end up only getting a twin-headed dragon for that. Yeah, I'm not really sure Deliverance had to make that rotation. The rotation was fine, but he was horribly out of position. Archmage going in with the Sunstrike and the Cold Snap. Tried to time them together, but wasn't too successful. Meanwhile, top lane, Snacks being controlled in the bit of malice. Clutch goes in with the Blink Strike. They want Snacks, but he's got the Enrage coming off cooldown in the pit. It will soak up a little bit of damage. He pops it at the very last moment, eats the Torrent, turns around, pops the Earthshock, wants a kill, but won't get it. Rampage with the Soul Rip, not enough to keep the score alive. And Drake, TP's in a moment too late. Explosive start across the map, but a net worth advantage in favor of GoFigure. So yeah, like I was saying, White Unicorn. Hold on, I'm going to come back to that because Archmage in the mid lane goes in with the Cold Snap and the Alacrity. He does have the Sunstrike available. It's going to take a little bit of prediction. The Ice Path comes out, but Archmage gets the kill. PA jumps in. What's Archmage going to invoke? He's holding on to that piano of his, turns around, Ghost Walk, wants to disengage. He doesn't have a shrine though. He's got the Alacrity coming off cooldown in a bit, but the damage is there. The evasion doesn't even kick in for the PA, and Clutch will fall. White Unicorn really pushing the luck at this point, and Archmage, he's going to get punished for this. There's no way he's getting out. Shadow Fiend even unloads the Requiem and they get the kill. That's a killing spree taken away. They're looking for more, but they have no lockdown on Snacks. Drake once again too late with that rotation. While elsewhere on the southeast of Deliverance at the enemy shrine, he does have a vitality booster, but he's going to get control. The X marks the spot is there. Clutch comes in. Who gets the kill is the question at this point. The Quill Spray not enough. Dominator scores the kill. And with that mech, GoFigure, I've got to show a little bit of respect to White Unicorn. Yeah, but this is what GoFigure need to do. They need to fight as often as possible in the mid game because they need to fight and follow it up with objectives. If they're losing fights in the mid game, it means that PA is going to find a way back. I'm going to keep my eyes on PA. She's nowhere close to anything of any use. And Shadow Fiend ends up going down to the top lane. It looks like Redemption might fall as well. Dark with the Torrent on point. Snacks will end up catching a Drake. Doesn't have the movement speed or the vision. So yeah, GoFigure need to fight and win fights. Before this PA becomes ridiculously fat. I mean, she's got only 1 point in blur. So it's not too much evasion to worry about. But it could become a problem later on. Because honestly, if you take a look at things, the Ursa's rather underfarmed as well. He's got the Vlads 14 minutes in, which isn't ideal. He is second on the network charts, but he died once, 2 kills, 2 assists. And yeah, this is going to be Aegis for him. And I presume GoFigure just looking to group up once they pick up the Aegis on the Ursa. Invoker's got the Atos. Archmage doing Sumiya things, however you spell his name, S-U-M-I-Y-A. However you pronounce his name actually. White Unicorn do walk into the pit under cover of smoke. I don't find anyone just yet.
Patience from Zoe.
Hold on. Not sure production is trying to contact me. Okay. My bad. Top lane though. Redemption finds the kill. And Rampage going in, they've dropped the tombstone, they want to fight White Unicorn. Undying can only soak up so much damage, the shackles are there, a Sunstrike onto Dominators, that's an easy kill on the Underlord. The meatball just for style points at this point. Right now, but they're not going to get anything on the back of that. Drake though caught in the pit of malice. Shadow Fiend wants to go in, the Ice Path will connect, and one raise brings down the Shaman. Archmage turns around with the 8 horses. Mass Serpent Wards are there. It's a triple kill for the Invoker, and go figure, they stomped over the opponents. Make that a complete team fight with Snacks on the back, bringing down the twin-headed dragon. It's a great start for GoFigure, and this is exactly what they needed in the mid-game. A couple of kills on the PA, the Shadow Fiend, the Kikos on the side of White Unicorn, and even with that mech on the Underlord, it's clearly not enough. It's too little too late, and White Unicorn, I think they're just getting punished for leaving the PA all by herself in the safe lane. And Dominator goes in, boat and Torrent on to do the mech being fought. Rod of the Bit of Malice as well. Ice Path, Macro Fire, is it enough? It just isn't. Deliverance and Snacks will walk away scot-free. And a lot of that goes to the enrage coming out on the Usa. Deliverance pushing his luck here with the Vicious Face. Who wants to bring down the twin-headed dragon. Or go figure, considering high ground at this point. Stark takes the 8 and the Sunstrike. One go down, Stepping Blush will not connect. The Ice Path controls the Bristleback. X marks the spot as well as the Torrent, but it's just tickling at this point. Deliverance has a hood. And as a Vanguard, there's no way it's going down this easy. Go figure are considering high ground, but Archmage doesn't have mana. Shows a little bit of respect, backs off, tries to catch up in terms of farm. He's got the 4 staff to complement that 8 does. Deliverance all by himself in the top lane, no Blade Main, nothing to hold them through. All of this damage coming out from White Unicorn is basically 4 healers ganging up, make it 3 actually, ganging up on the Bristleback. Elsewhere they managed to find Drake on the Shaman. The Torrent in the boat will connect, is back up on the way though. Shadow Fiend walks in with the Shadow Blade. Archmage doesn't have vision of him. Atos into the Sunstrike, but it looks like Archmage will fall. The Requiem was unloaded, and along with the raises, the damage was too much. Go figure, need to pick up a little bit of detection if they want to deal with White Unicorn at this point, because the Shadow Fiend with the Shadow Blade is really punishing Go figure at this point. White Unicorn. Bit of Malice will manage to connect onto Deliverance. He just got a Vanguard 16 minutes in. It is a fair amount, but I'm not sure if it's enough. White Unicorn is just going to disengage. A 5k net worth advantage in favor of Go figure. And yeah, I guess they're just going to wait for the Invoker to pick up his Aghanim Scepter. That's going to be the next key item for Go figure before they group up. Roshan wouldn't be too bad. They do have a decent amount of vision. Excuse me. Osa's already picked up the ages. What am I saying? So I'm a little distracted, folks. I'm getting a lot of calls from a particular number and I have no idea why. Apologies. Anyway, they're grouping up in the mid lane. Deliverance leading the charge, enthusiastic as always. He's got the hood now. So he's going to be soaking up a lot of the magic damage coming out from the Shadow Fiend, as well as the twin-headed dragon. Ooh, Snacks jumps in with the enrage, wants to bring down the dragon, but the mech is there. It's not enough though, but Snacks being controlled. He's got the age to work with. X marks the spot, Torrent, board, everything being thrown out on him. He pops the enrage, he moves onto the Shadow Fiend, almost brings him down. The zombies are giving chase, but it might not be enough. Clutch being controlled elsewhere. That's the Phantom Assassin who manages to blink strike to the high ground and gets the hell out of there. Snacks giving chase with the blink, goes in. Does have the Earthshock available. The zombies are doing a whole lot of work. He's getting control with the X1 spot and the Torrent. He's going to stay alive with that Enrage though. Go figure, managed to bring 3 and will not be punished. Finally, Snacks goes down. It's about time. He's on the wrong side of the high ground and he will be punished for it. Deliverance caught in the Ice Path, Liquid Fire. They won the Bristleback. Rampage is around with hood of his own and DK available. The Tombstone comes up cooldown in a bit. Deliverance goes in with the Vicious Maze. Will go Archmage with the Rod of Atos on to Cold Snap. Well, could be a dead Kunkka, might be a dead Kunkka, and will be a dead Kunkka. It's also a tier 2 that might fall in favor of Go figure. And yeah, with the Mass Serpent Wards, it indeed looks like it will be another successful objective for Go figure. All that remains is the tier 2 in the bottom lane. They've got some deep observer boards. They haven't got ages though on those. They did end up losing it in the previous engagement. Archmage goes in, Rod of Atos, wombo combo, YouTube moment, not enough to bring down the Shadow Fiend. The mech was there, And yeah, the Shadow Fiend, honestly, a little tanky. He's got Sedge, Ogre Club, good amount of stats. And the mech coming out from the Underlord did manage to keep him alive. Archmage wants to put a swift end to this. What's it going to take for them to go high ground, though? I mean, I presume it's going to be Deliverance being a bit of a clown and his team following up. The ideal way to do this is to probably wait for the next Roshan, which may respawn in 2 minutes, and we have a disconnect. $9K, the net worth advantage in favor of GoFigure. They do have a very convincing lead. I'm going to take a look at items actually. So Clutch on the PA has picked up his Desolator. It looks like he's queued up a BKB, which is nice versus the Shaman and the Invoker. And that could be a real cause of concern for GoFigure. Once the PA picks up a BKB, I'm not seeing the lockdown on the control to deal with her. Diosa nowhere close to an Abyssal. I mean, he's queued it up. He's got gold for the Javelin, but that's about it. He's going to need complete Abyssal, maybe even an MKB at some point. Because the spear is she's slowly slipping out of control. She just needs to be a little careful with the positioning. And she could manage to score a couple of key kills on the supports on the side of GoFigure. Shadow Fiend gone for the Dragon Dance, which, well, cheap stats, but he really needs a BKB as soon as possible. While Dominator on the Underlord picks up a hood. Archmage all by himself in the top lane, almost beating the Phantom Assassin. Clutch starts out with a couple of daggers. She's hoping for that crit. The Sunstrike will connect. Archmage on point. Is there any further lockdown? The Tombstone to break through the trees. Rod of Atos. You got the Shackles as well. This is a dead PA. And the Archmage secures the kill with the Tornado. I'd really like to see GoFigure wait for the Acceptor to get complete on the Invoker. He's not too far off. And all they need to do is stay alive till it comes online. And it looks like Deliverance wants to do exactly the opposite. Hold on, they're not even waiting for his... Okay. X marks the spot, Torrent to follow up, Archmage control, but no follow up really. Kunkka. I mean, he's trying his best on the Kunkka to get the fight started. But it seems like White Unicorn don't feel like committing just yet. They should realize the fact that Deliverance is almost always pushing lanes out by himself. Still going to take a lot to bring it down. White Unicorn though, they popped the smoke. A team fight victory could be exactly what they need to come back into this game. Archmage with an Arcane Rune. They just got him out, got the bit of Malice coming up from the low ground. The Shadow Fiend unloads the Requiem, the control, the Invoker, there's no save for him. And he will end up falling. Rampage comes in with the Doom, with the DK stack. Deliverance caught in the pit of Malice. It looks like the Undying will fall, but Deliverance, can he really bring down almost 5 healers on the side of White Unicorn? It looks like the answer is no. He's being controlled. He's doing a fair amount of damage, but he will end up going down. That's a double kill for the PA, and that's going to bring us closer to a BKB. Snack out of position, controlled with the Ice Path, and the Pit of Malice might end up going down. He wants to man up, but he just can't. It's nearly a team wipe for GoFigure, and White Unicorn got exactly what they needed. Smoke at the right time, and that was exactly the pickup they needed to get the fight started. Bring down the Invoker, take away the team fight control that GoFigure is so heavily relying on. And pretty much off to a good start. Dying onto DP into the mid lane. The Ice Path preemptively from Redemption. He cancels this TP. The net worth advantage is now fallen from 9,000 in favor of GoFigure back to a mere 5,000. Drake with that Invis rune. It's timing out. He wants to go in shackles onto the Shadow Fiend. Deliverance so caught in the Primalics. He got the Uber. That's going to take them back. The Meteor will connect. The mech is there from the Underlord though. That's going to keep him alive. No one from the side of GoFigure remains. No man left behind. I say that, but there's a Kumka. All by himself. He's got a 4-star though. Just glides up the high ground and stays alive. With this disengage, the White Unicorn might be slightly out of position if GoFigure decide to rush on. I'm going to take a look in the Rosh pit. Rosh will respawn in a minute.
Patience from Zoe.
Yeah, I just committed the duck. So they probably all have their TPs available. They can just TP onto a shrine and get back and maybe contest Roshan if they want to. Clutch needs the recipe for the BKB. That's pretty much it. You got a Silver Edge coming out on the Shadow Fiend. It makes sense versus the Bristleback. Disable is passive. And it looks like he wants to do just that. Should start off with the Silver Edge. It will do indeed. You got a Whale of the Sword as well. The Torrent will end up connecting. In fact, it's not even needed. Deliverance. Once again, dying at the wrong place at the wrong time. GoFigure might be forced to retreat. No buyback on Deliverance. Archmage on the other side of the map trying to farm his Axe Scepter. He's actually got the gold for it. All Deliverance had to do was wait for Invoker to pick up his axe, but he probably didn't expect the Shadow Fiend to have a Silver Edge. And now White Unicorn suddenly feel confident grouping up in the mid lane. They've got the mech, Doctor coming up cooldown in a bit so they can disengage quickly if they get caught out of position. And this should be an easy tier 2 for them. The question is, what are GoFigure getting in return? Not much it seems. The boat has come out, they've got the Undying, they've brought him down, an Ice Path on top, that's a gem on the deck. White Unicorn are now approaching high ground. This GoFigure without an Undying for 40 seconds, how do they defend? Deliverance does have the Solar Crash. The White Unicorn really want to push that luck. Snacks goes in with the Earth Shock. Bit of Malice on to do. Ice Path, Macro Pies, the Song of Ice and Fire. The control is there. It looks like the Jakiro will fall. The Meatball will do a fair amount of damage. The Requiem unloaded from the Shadow Fiend. In fact, nobody ends up falling. The Tornado though will clip the Shadow Fiend. Is there any follow-up coming up from GoFigure? No, there isn't. Drake with no items for mobility. One anticlimactic fight of all time. And both teams just retreat. Snacks did go down though. Small win for White Unicorn. Rampage, he's got the completed fight. This is going to keep Snacks alive a little bit longer. A fair majority of the damage in team fights is still coming out from the twin-headed dragon and the Kunkka in conjunction with the Underlord. So if you're nullifying most of the magic damage, it doesn't look like the PE does enough by herself, but maybe with this BKB, she has exactly what she needs. Just a White Unicorn, keep the eyes on the prize, try and bring down the Invoker. The Bristleback is merely a diversion at this point. Ignore the Bristleback, go for the Invoker, bring him down as soon as possible. Maybe even the Shaman. The Shaman is an easy kill. But what's easier is Roshan and Snacks just jumped into the pit. The scan will not clip. Done clipping the pit, obviously. But White Unicorn, they've caught wind with this. They're moving in that direction. Archmage pushing out the top lane. Snacks struggling to Roshan. This is a dangerous point for GoFigure. Snacks is getting closer and closer to his BKB. And yeah, Tornado, EMP, on to do, Ice Path as well. Redemption slowed in it, controlled with the Cold Snap and the Rod of Atos. The Sunstrike will connect, it's going to force out a Shrine on the very least. Elsewhere, Deliverance being controlled, he popped the Crimson, it's going to allow him to stay alive a little while longer. Clutch now might be forced to retreat, he's not due to BKB. Elsewhere, another fight on the other side of the map. Snacks did end up popping his Enrage, but they didn't get a kill in return. The Fort Spirits keeping track of Dominator. This fight is probably going to decide the outcome of this game for either side. I'm going to drop down the buyback status. And only the Shadow Fiend has buyback at this point. Mid lane. Cold Snap out of Eidos onto Clutch. A kill on the BA would be crucial. Ice Path and Macropire trying to control Deliverance. He's got the hood, he's staying alive, he's soaking up a lot of damage, but this is too much even for him. The problem is GoFigure didn't get anything done in return. And now they're fighting with a man disadvantage. X marks the spot. Board, Torrent, Undying, out of position elsewhere. Archmage unloads the meter, gets the kill on the Shadow Fiend. Kunkka goes in, X marks the spot and the Torrent on the Ulsa. But it's just tickling at this point. Drake with the Shackles trying to control the Underlord. It looks like White Unicorn wants to ditch, but Archmage wants to kill him before he gets on safely. The Deafening Blast too late, too little. But they left Clutch behind and they bring down the PA. This should be ages for GoFigure. And with the Alacrity available on the Invoker in a couple of seconds, it should be a quick Roshan. This is Roshan number 2. She's got a little bit of cheese stuck between his teeth, and that's going to be a nice present for Deliverance. He's going to respawn in a bit, has a TP, can join them at the shrine, and GoFigure might just have what it takes to go high ground with the pipe and the Crimson Guard complete. Okay. To hell with the Bristleback. Archmage picks up the cheese. And yeah, Ursa's got his BKB flying out, I believe. Yep, that's a BKB. And the Shaman has his axe. So the Serpent Wards get split shot, and they have increased attack range. So they're an absolute threat to deal with at this point. I mean, sounds sort of underwhelming, but split shot when they're doing equal amounts of damage and more range, it's going to do a lot of work, especially versus the towers and other units. But I got the Shadow Fiend, who sort of can take down the wards from range with the Dragon Lance. Other Dragon Lance has value. He's queued up his BKB, nowhere close to it just yet. GoFigure. It is go time for them. Archmage, as usual, on a lane by himself, in a game by himself. Eidos and EMP onto the PA, but of course Staff will make sure that her mana is intact. Deliverance has its Solar Crest, but the question is, who does he drop it on? Who's going to do a lot of damage to towers? I want to say Archmage, but I don't want to put Archmage in the front lines all by himself. He's got the Dragon Lance as well and the Hurricane Pikes. He's got a little bit of mobility. Shark, he's got the gem. Rampage has a sense that he's around. The DK will miss. He does have the Tombstone available. He sees the Kunkka at this point, drops the Tombstone. Shark does have a TP, nothing to cancel the TP just yet. Unloads the entire combo, but Snacks unlucky. Didn't have the bash. Didn't have the Skull Basher, and one managed to lock down the Kunkka. Archmage camping in the mid lane, waiting for the ideal target. While Deliverance, he's gone ham on Clutch. Shadow Fiend moving towards his core there. You've got Underlord keeping in as well with the Silver Edge. This could be an easy kill on the Bristleback indeed as well. They disable the passive, the Crimson Guard is there, but it doesn't mean too much at this point. Deliverance will go down easily. The Atrophy Aura making sure that he's been brought down rather easily, but this is space for GoFigure to pressure the 3. Dominator brings his team back. The Mass Serpent Wards have been dropped, but Shadow Fiend will clear through them rather quickly. Strength being tapped out of them. Snatch dumps in with strength anew. He's got the Aegis, pops the Enrage, gets out of the Pit of Malice. A little bit of heal keeps him alive, but Clutch goes in with the BKB onto the Usak. Crit on point. Just when you need it, moves on to the Undying. This should be an easy kill. The Shadow Fiend unloads his Requiem, but Snacks with the BKB will stay alive. Clutch being controlled with the Shackles. They need to keep the PA alive, save the PA, save the game. She moves on to Archmage, but Archmage can turn around. He's got the Alacrity, can pump in a couple of hits. In fact, his Snacks has made it his mission to bring down the PA, and indeed he will. The Ice Path and the Dual Breath means nothing. The Shadow Fiend got out of position, will go down as well. They have got buybacks though. Dominator, I'm not sure if he does. In fact, he doesn't. A kill on the Undying would be huge. Kark goes in, X marks the spot with the Torrent onto the Ursa. Snack doesn't have too much HP. The boat coming out from the Kunkka just going to clear the creep wave. The tornado though will clip the Undying. Arcade can invoke the full snap. Instead goes for the Ice Wall. Dominator control. 4 stars out of there. 4 stars once more. They're doing everything to keep the Undying alive. But it looks like GoFigure can't keep the Usta alive. Usta will end up going down. While Deliverance is a man in another game at this point. He's standing in the mid lane trying to bring down the tower. See Talk goes in. He's got the Solar Crest, but Talk might just be pushed to TP out there. We're seeing a glyph being popped from White Unicorn. While Deliverance in the mid lane with the double damage, doing a whole lot of work on the tier 3. Archmage elsewhere, taking down another tier 3. Buyback new from Team White Unicorn. It's just the Kunkka, and how much can he do honestly? He's not got the board available. X marks the spot the honor Archmage, who turns around with an EMP. And zones out White Unicorn for the time being. Rampage goes in with the DK, Ice Wall, Ice Spark, a lot of ice on the floor. But it looks like GoFigure will disengage. They're going for the Tombstone. It looks like Archmage will go down though. And Clutch ends up picking the kill. Elsewhere mid lane, Deliverance moving on to the range direction. He's going to take it though. With the Silver Red, I'm not sure he's going to stay alive a lot longer. Kark is there, they've got the control, they've got the torrent, they get the kill. They get a tier 3. Make that 2 tier 3s, and maybe with the next push, GoFigure could probably put an end to the game. They're going to respawn in 60 seconds. The question is, what can White Unicorn do with this advantage? This is a very short window to work with. They need to pop a smoke, find a pickup, drag the game a little while longer until the Shadow Fiend picks up his BKB. And even then, I'm not sure if the BKB is going to be enough. Rampage. He's done for. I mean, they're not even bothering at this point. Yeah, the dagger from PA will secure the kill. And now it looks like White Unicorn might force high ground themselves. They're walking down mid. Shadow Fiend has told the BKB. You got Underlord with the Dark Rift as well. So no split push is going to keep GoFigure alive through this. Max. Patience from Zoe, but really, is that going to make a difference? They're losing the tier 3 at this point. They're not buying back. They might even lose Rack. Invoker is coming out in 7 seconds. They lost many barracks. The question is how much is too much for White Unicorn. They've got the Dark Rift lead. Snack goes in 3-man. Shock the Torrent will connect on Deliverance, but he's just going to run right in. Someone forces him into the midst of battle. He pops the Crimson Guard, but White Unicorn, they're just going to run home. They get a lane of racks. They disengage. They couldn't have asked for a better outcome. And they're all here to make sure that Drake can't drop the Serpent Boards and get away with it. Snacks has BKB now. Skips the Skull Basher, went for the BKB, and he's queued up a Diffuser. What is he looking to purchase? Is it a Ghost Scepter that I'm missing? I think it's a Kunkka. Yeah, the Kunkka has a Ghost Scepter. Go figure. They haven't got Aegis. They haven't got Cheese and Archmage either. And Roshan's not going to be up either for a minute or somewhere between a minute and 3 minutes. Rick has got Serpent Boards though, and that's a good sign. Redemption, his smoke pops. Snacks, quick with the blink, get out of there. Drake needs to be careful. The dagger, disjointed. But elsewhere, they've got Deliverance. The Silver Edge, I'm not sure if the hit did proc on Deliverance. It looks like it did. The break did indeed prop, but Deliverance did get out of there. He's gonna get that HP back, and he goes back to working on the Shrine. But Clutch and the Kunkka, they're trying to bring down the Shaman, who turns around with the Serpent Boards, with the Shackle. A fight around the wards would be great. Snacks might just have to go in though. But White Unicorn is trying to bring down the wards as soon as possible. And that's a set of Serpent Boards wasted for nothing. Drake really pushing his luck with that split push. Dark, he got the push stuff, was going to be X marks the spot, but just didn't have vision up high ground. White Unicorn still holding on. GoFigure fighting with a man disadvantage and without mass Serpent Boards. I'm not sure if this is the fight they should be looking for. Deliverance in the mid lane by himself. Looks like he's going for the Lotus Top, which is good versus the Silver Edge. Disables the break. Smart itemization coming out from him. Also, yeah, I don't think you build it for X marks the spot, but it makes sense versus the Silver Edge. That's what I want to say. Getting closer and closer to it. Needs another 800 gold. Shadow Fiend on the hunt. Got the BKB complete. This is still anyone's game for the taking. I don't want to say GoFigureRed I won this one just yet. However, if they do manage to get their hands on Roshan, it could cement their lead to some extent. This is the problem, and this is what I mentioned early on, that if GoFigureRed don't manage to end the game before the 25-30 minute mark, you're going to give the PA time. And yeah, the PA is always going to farm and get more kills than an Ulster, but Dominator here does get caught in the ADOS. Shadow Fiend with the Silver Edge, they want Archmage, but he's got the Ghost Walker to get out of there. Deliverance all by himself, surrounded by 5 members of White Unicorn, controlled, but all this control is just a distraction for Archmage to come in with the Tornado. Deliverance dropping low, PA pops the BKB, she wants the Invoker, she gets the Invoker. They managed to bring down the Invoker, and this could be the opening that White Unicorn were looking for. The Razors might not do enough. Deliverance still wants to fight. He's getting the Vicious aim to go up, but Rampage, he walks in and he misjudges how much strength he's working with. That's a gem on the deck. Deliverance is still here, but all this is space. Space for Snacks to work on the rack, while Deliverance trying to distract White Unicorn as much as possible. The problem though is, oh, what a Sunstrike all the way from base. Archmage on point. The problem though is they've lost the mid racks to the Mars Serpent boards, and Snacks is trying to do his best. Go figure. Perfect bait and switch play coming out from them. Raise 1, raise 2 off the mark. Almost there. Archmage is back in the bottom lane. We want to do a little bit of work on the racks, but with the PA and an Underlord, it's not going to be easy. Unless Archmage manages to pick them off.
Gold and sweet.
Snacks, he's held on to building the Diffusal and he's gone for the Skull Basher, which makes sense. You want that versus the PA. Absolutely smart decision coming out from the PA to just focus down Archmage on the Invoker and bring him down first in fight, because it's Archmage who's providing a lot of team fight right now for GoFigure. It's no one else really. I mean, everyone else is just supporting cast at this point. Shadow Fiend walks into a rush, but Archmage presence in mind to drop the Sunstrike. White Unicorn, they were trying to sneak this, but GoFigure keeping them on their toes. PA picks up an Arcane Wave, moves into the pit. The Tornado does come in, so they do get a little bit of vision of the PA. If Archmage keeps them busy here, Drake could just go and take another lane of racks. Okay. This is the problem for White Unicorn. Now they're giving up Roshan because 5 of them are defending a lane versus a Shadow Shaman. Smoke killed the Shaman, and anyway, it's too late. It was too late. I couldn't even theory craft what they had to do at that point. So they've given up Roshan. Cheese is with the Ursa Warrior. You got Deliverance pushing the top lane. And the moment White Unicorn leave this lane, Drake is just going to push it out and drop the Serpent bots. Yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen. So all GoFigure need to do is distract them. And Deliverance is doing just that. He's getting controlled. I mean, I see the Shadow Fiend popping the BKB. Requiem unloads a whole lot of packet loss. But it looks like nobody's lost anyone just yet. However, Deliverance being controlled, he's in balls deep, and the Tornado and the EMP is still trying to do its work. I have lagged out at this point. Yeah, I've lagged out from the game. I'm going to quickly reconnect. Okay. I just hope that not everybody is disconnected. My Discord is still working. Sorry folks, I'm having a couple of technical difficulties. But yeah, we're back in the game. It looks like in the mid lane, the control Dominator with that Iceball. Sunstrike will connect. Archmage unloading the damage with the Alacrity. But Clutch is there. He wants the Invoker. The Tornado though is going up in the air and allow him to contemplate life. Archmage dodges the Blink Dagger but can't dodge the Stifling Dagger. Siphoning Dagger, but can't dodge the blink coming out from the Phantom Assassin. Elsewhere, Snacks being controlled by the twin-headed dragon. A tornado will manage to clip on the Kunkka. They're trying to make this work, but White Unicorn, they're throwing bodies left and right. They're not going to stay alive. And in the end, the Shadow Fiend manages to go in and get a kill onto the Usopp Warrior. Go figure though. They've almost got 3 lanes of bats at this point. White Unicorn barely holding on. Deliverance manning up with that Octodine, with the Crimson Guard, might ultimately go down here. And it looks like he will. Archmage still spamming tornadoes. Yeah, that was optimistic at best. Easy control though with the X marks the spot. Had they got detection, Tornado will manage to clip onto Kunkka. The EMP is there as well. The Ados making sure that he loses all his mana. The Meteor being a sidestep car. Taking a whole lot of damage, but he's got a lot of HP to work with. If I'm not mistaken, Kunkka has an HP regen talent. Yeah, it's plus 15 health regen at level 15, but he didn't end up taking it. Clutch, they want Deliverance, they've gone in, the Bitter Malice is there. He pops the Octarine Core, he pops the Lotus Orb, as well as the Crimson Guard. He wants to stay alive, the Ice Path will connect, Deliverance dropping low, Clutch with the dagger trying to do his best. Elsewhere, Archmage with a little bit of control, throws out the 8-out, throws out a Tornado, it clips onto 2 along with the EMP. This is a lot of mana lost for White Unicorn, and they really don't have answers to the Blizzard back at this point. The Bitter Malice is there, Kark, no mana other than 1. A little bit just for X marks the spot. He does throw it out onto Drake, but that racks down. Go figure, they've got Mega Creeps and White Unicorn. They're trying to desperately fight back, but it's too little, too late. Deliverance is chasing them to the fountain and maybe even all the way back to their personal houses. He's sitting outside the fountain, and I think White Unicorn are done. Clutch still wants to fight, pops the VKB, goes back for the Invoker, gets the kill. Deliverance being control, like the spot, as well as the Torrent being thrown out on him. He's got the Lotus up. It's not going to be enough. Dominator trying his best. Deliverance, that's not your fountain, but yeah, he's just deciding to camp it at this point. Clutch going in, the Octarine making sure that Clutch is slowed as well. X marks the spot onto Kark, as well as the boat coming out. They finally kill the Bristleback. They kill the Invoker as well. But yeah, there is no way they're coming back. It's going to take a throw of epic proportions for GoFigure to lose this game. And with the Serpent Wards coming off cooldown in a couple of seconds, I don't see how GoFigure failed to take objectives anymore. Okay, this is what my Undying looks like. It's a scary zombie. I've lost cosmetics, my game was buggy, net was horrible. Today's been a bad day for me, folks. I apologize. Snacks has that DD, but I don't think he's going to be doing too much. All GoFigure need to do is wait for the Invoker and the Bristleback to come back. I'm not sure if White Unicorn have realized that they do have buyback. Maybe they could just throw it. GoFigure gonna end this in the base race. I mean, Rampage was so cocky, he bought out a Desolator. Could White Unicorn punish that? 20 seconds, no Invoker. They're taking the throne, they won the throne. The Dax being taken down as a formality. Shadow Fiend starts out on the throne. Rampage draws the 2. He's tapping HP. Snacks goes in. The Glyph was pop. Dominator dropping low. Might end up going down. Clutch moves onto the Undying, but the Undying's got the ghost set. He's going to stay alive through all of this. Dodges the boat as well. The Usa being controlled with the Silver Edge. Will manage to escape. Clutch takes down the Tombstone. But here comes Archmage, the man of the hour. Unloads the Meteor along with the Sunstrike and the Deafening Blast. Clutch still surviving through all of this. The Tornado will not clip her. Deliverance goes in with the vengeance, with the force up. One more first ray would be a kill on the Clutch. Deliverance wants the PA, gets the PA. The Stifling Dagger was her death. Ice Path Macrobite and control Deliverance, but Deliverance just being a distraction at this point. While Rampage and the rest of the squad have managed to wipe out White Unicorn. They're finally tapped out. GoFigureRed win the game. Not in the most convincing of manner, but yeah, it is a victory for them. And I think they just ended up losing one game? I'm not sure. But they've been doing really well in the Masters League. It's GoFigure with a newfound purpose. And I'm just really excited to see how this team progresses from here on. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as the Dota 2 broadcast is concerned for the day. My name is Vivek. You are watching the ESL India Premiership. GG, well played, and good night.
Well, everybody, this game has definitely gone in favor of GoFigureRed there, their opposition White Unicorn, apparently, as far as we all saw it on the Day 11 live stream of the ESL India Premiership 2017, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Zawi by BenQ, did not stand a chance till the end of the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the Day 11 live stream. Don't forget that you can catch all the exclusive CSGO action from the fall season of ESL India Premiership 2017 every day at 2:30 p.m. exclusively on Channel D Sport. If you don't have the channel, then you can contact the cable operators to get that channel. But for now, this is me, Vagish, your host for the ESL India Premiership, signing off, but with the promise that tomorrow again at 6:30 p.m. we will come back again with more Clash Royale, CS and Dota.